This is the Chief and Shawn show, and we are live in the 405.
We're not live, but we are back.
We're live.
No, we're not. We are back.
And we're live.
Weekly, not live.
We're sort of live.
Okay, to everyone listening, or,
The people who are listening.
the few that listen, here's the deal. Speed Society is going to be hosting all of these podcasts. You're going to be seeing a ton from these guys. How big are they, Shawn?
It's the biggest automotive website in the world, and, they got a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, we're stoked to be working with guys like that for sure. Anytime we can align ourselves with other huge automotive people, this is perfect. So,
Also, stop listening now and go and like it and comment on it, and the sooner you do that, hopefully, the more podcast episodes you'll hear.
yeah, the Crow 405, Murder Nova, Midway Streetcars. Like it, comment on us, tell us who you are, tell us why you listen to it. Keep this going, please. There are people that don't want this to keep going.
Yeah, there's people right now trying to put an end to this. They don't want us on the air.
And we got guys like Speed Society that want to help us keep it going. So
welcoming us.
Let's do it. Rock and roll. Help everybody out.
And while you're there, check it out. Their website's awesome. Yep.
Do it. It's Tuesday.
Again.
Again.
The Tuesdays are getting further and further apart.
But it's always Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed.
It's always Tuesday where we're at.
Guaranteed Tuesday podcast. Get it on. Chief and Shawn show in the mess shack with McDougal.
Yes.
Race car.
That's me.
Flashlight.
AKA.
He like a rapper.
I got lots of names.
He got all the names.
No friends.
All kinds
zero
of
friends.
aliases.
He's got so many names. He's got more names than he does friends.
That's a fact.
And Kentucky's in here. I don't know what he's doing, but he's in here. He ain't got a mic or nothing, but he's in here.
He's just hanging out.
He's kicking it. He's kicking it.
I can grab a mic.
That's probably not even plugged in. And then Phantom, the producer's here. All he's really here to do is tell us when we're fucking up.
Make
What
our
we
mic
can
sound
and can't
better.
say,
And then once we get going, he usually leaves anyway. So then we say whatever we want.
And then he tells me, push this button right here when y'all's done. He bounces.
Oh man.
Yes.
What?
It's been a while. We don't really have anything to talk about, right?
Well, it's been at least a week.
It's been at least 7 days.
The Tuesday
From
thing.
Tuesday to Tuesday.
Man, that last week was a blur. I just slept a lot.
I saw
didn't do
some people
much.
on Facebook bitching about the podcast, and then some of our fans would tell them, "What are you bitching about? They do it every damn Tuesday, guaranteed. Every Tuesday, they're in there doing it." And I was like, "Yes, thank you, man."
Yeah.
They're the most loyal. That's a fact.
They are.
We have some.
There's some ride or dies.
We're some ride or die
They
Chief
go
and Shawn
hard.
show fans for sure. They'll see us when we're out, and they're like, say things from the show, and dude,
Yeah.
because it's our humor, immediately I've become friends with them.
But it makes me happy.
Yeah.
Like, they can break a lot of the fucking tension that I have. If I'm just steady sitting there signing autographs and taking pictures, it's like, blah. And then somebody will come up and say something from the podcast, and instantly I'm in a better mood.
I like when somebody's being a real McAsshole, and then some of the podcast listeners start trolling them from the
Oh,
audience.
yeah.
That's good stuff.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
And they always sign off with listener.
Yep.
I like it because you'll be standing there, and of course, most of the general public, let's just admit it,
They suck.
They're assholes.
they're dumbs,
Man, it was awful.
and so they say the same thing over and over again. You know what I mean? It's like being at the state fair, you know, and it's just like, can't believe you crashed that beautiful car,
That's
man.
a damn nice car. Why you
God
tear
damn,
that
that was
up?
a nice car. Why you gonna crash that nice ass car? And then they'll say that, and then the next person, how's it feel to be famous?
Yeah.
And then the next person,
When you gonna get back to number one?
yeah. Did you ever get that tire shake figured out,
Yeah.
Shawn?
Yeah.
How's old Killer Camaro?
Yeah.
The Killer Camaro.
And everything that those guys bring up is shit that we don't want to talk about.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's
Yep.
the worst.
Oh man, I sure hate to hear that about your good buddy Flip. It's like, you
Yeah.
motherfuckers,
Yeah,
man.
thanks, man.
Good.
Thanks for bringing that
Yeah,
up.
first they say, can't believe you crashed that beautiful car, and then hate to hear about your buddy Flip. What's next,
Yeah.
man? Like,
Yeah, hey man, my mom died fucking 2 years ago. You want to talk about that?
that's fucked up because your mom didn't die.
No, she didn't. My mom
That's
is still
fucked
alive.
up.
That was just
You should
like
call
an
her.
example.
She'd be real mad
You
if
should
she
call
It's
her.
just like an
You
example.
should
My
call-
mom doesn't podcast.
You should call her and say, I'm sorry right now.
You should send her a text and be
She'll-
like, my bad.
She doesn't text.
She hugs though.
She's damn sure hugs.
She said,
Sean's
She was
mom
so
is the
upset.
hugs.
She's so upset with me the other day. Chief pulls in and she's in the shop, and he kind of sits in his truck for a minute. And I saw her. She was leaving 5 minutes before that, and she's just waiting around for him to get out of the truck.
Needs the hugs.
You know, she needed to go hug him. You know, and ask him how his back feeling and all that stuff.
I barely know her, and in the first 3 minutes of ever meeting her, she gave me a back rub, hugged me 5 times.
She ain't afraid to touch people.
She,
man.
a,
she
she, a
was
touchy,
on it.
she a touchy talker.
She's
She's a close
Arm
talker.
on the shoulder.
yes.
Yeah.
She doesn't have she doesn't care about invading people's space.
No,
No.
there is no bubble with
Your
her.
space
No.
is her space.
No,
It's
I have a bubble, and I don't like people to get close to it. Even my mom, you know, and she'll hug me 15 times.
What was bad is she talked to me for probably 2 minutes. I didn't even know who she was. And she's hugging me, putting her arms all over me, touching me. I'm like, and
Oh,
then
dude.
Monkey's like, that's Sean's mom. I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's better.
If we're at the track or a baseball game or anywhere, and I'm sitting down like in the bleachers or whatever, she'll come sit behind me and just start like, working on my shoulders and busting my traps out and stuff. And I'm like, man, this is all right here.
Yeah.
Where
This
you
is
live at,
all
Sean's
right.
mom?
But then she always makes it awkward because she like starts talking about how good of friends me and Shawn are, and
Yeah.
everybody knows we ain't that good of friends.
Yeah,
you know
she
what I
makes
mean? And then
everything
she starts crying, and it's like, why are you crying right now? Like, you're
She
not
cries
supposed
over
She's a
everything.
cry.
She's a cry.
She is a cry. But she has, obviously she has a good heart. Her heart's in it.
Well, she's
What
real
was bad
gullible,
is she
too.
gave me a back rub, hugged me 4 times, and I walked away and sat down next to Richard, Sean's dad. He goes, "See why I ain't with her no more?" I was like, "I don't see why. She just gave me a back rub. I didn't even know her."
Yeah, well, that,
She could.
yeah, you're sitting over here without a back rub. You know, only thing
Maybe that's why you're not with her, because she's rubbed my back, not yours.
only downfall I can see about Sean's mom is she's a bigot racist. Like
She is. She is.
Is she the worst?
There's no doubt about that.
she is old school racist too.
I
Not just
like the old ladies when they're like that. It's hilarious.
man, and she ain't just racist against one type of person. It's
No.
anybody.
No.
She is racist.
Remember at the track that one time?
Yeah, it was at PSRA, and there was a person of color
Yeah.
that was in
Yeah.
the class we were
Probably
racing.
grudge racing.
No, they weren't. See, now you're a racist.
Stayed right up in the burnout box.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. See, here we go. This is how we get shut down. Right here. We're gonna shut this one down.
Yep.
But yeah, she had said when they drove by, the people of color drove by with a race car, and she said, "Are they in your class?" And we were like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Well, how can they afford that?"
And she genuinely meant it.
Hey,
Like,
no,
that's
she was
the-
serious though.
And
She needed
Sean-
to know how they could, afford to pay for a car like that.
Sean looked at her like, "Are you insane?"
You can't say things like
It
that.
just like put his head in his hands. I'm just rolling. Just
Yeah.
damn.
And she's just serious as hell though. You know.
How old is she? Like in her 60s?
Nah, she was born in 57,
55.
55.
55.
That's about the right age to be that way, too. Like, just
Yeah.
have no filter.
Just doesn't care. No, my mom definitely don't have a filter.
She does
if
not
she's
have a
thinking
filter.
something, she's saying it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, she told me one time I was getting fat.
But you
Yeah.
probably were.
No, I was. I was big as a house. I was wide as all outside.
Man, when I first met you, you was a big motherfucker. Both
I
of
was.
y'all. When I met y'all, both of
I
y'all
know.
was the size of
We
one
was,
of y'all.
We was in a bad place, man. We was depressed. We was down. You know,
Eating
we was trying to be.
ho-hos and
we was-
yam yams.
Yeah,
Well, we was
that's what
trying
we
to-
did every day.
We was
We'd
trying to
meet
be
for
good
lunch.
people. We was trying to be good
Trying to
people. That's
lie
what
to
happens. When you
yourself.
try and be a good person, you get fat. Because you leave at the same time, you come home at the same time, you eat the same shit with the same people, and you do the same bullshit every day, and you don't ever do nothing but that. And before you know it, you gotta wear some fucking husky jeans because your legs don't look
Some
good in
tough
shorts.
skins.
But man, when you turn into a piece of shit, you lose that
Oh,
weight.
hey,
real quick.
instantly.
Man, I've lost like 35 pounds in the last 2 months.
Yeah, it's called
I
your
don't
conscience.
know- I don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
Am I turning into a piece of shit? Piece of shits are lighter than this.
they are.
Get down
Look
to
at
piece of shit
Kentucky.
weight.
Yeah,
Kentucky's 75 pounds.
Yep.
I'm a
He's a-
piece
he's a
of
Full-blown
shit.
piece of
He's
shit.
a
Full-blown piece of shit.
He's a
All the way
bag
to
of
bones.
shit.
His bones even show.
Yeah.
I need to be a little more of a piece of shit.
I don't know why Kentucky don't ride
You're,
horses.
dude, I can feel it, Sean. I think you're on your way.
Yeah.
I think you're on your way. I think you're a hop, skip, and a jump away from being a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I've
Maybe-
always had it in me.
Maybe 20
I'm a
pounds.
piece of shit.
Oh, that's a fact.
You went from wearing a 2X t-shirt to an extra large.
McDougal's a piece of shit.
Fact.
Hey, but
Hey.
what are we?
Hell of a good time.
Guaranteed.
I love it. Like people like try to come be friendly. You'd be like, look, man, you don't want to be by me. I'm a real piece of shit.
And once you just admit it, and once you're just honest with yourself on what you are and what you want to be and where you see yourself in 5 years, like once you just let it all go, then it's just like, hey man, why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I ain't listening to a fucking thing you're saying.
Yeah.
Because
You know I'm a piece
and
of
they
shit.
for some
I'm a
reason they
piece
don't
of
go
shit.
away. They're like,
No, then they're into it. Then they're like,
Yeah.
oh man, you crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
you
no,
just
no.
like
man,
me.
you play
just
it.
like me.
Most of the time they're talking. I can't hear you over the trap music, sir.
You're my favorite because you remind me of myself.
Yeah. Yo, you a piece of shit too?
Yeah.
Well, take your piece of shit ass somewhere else.
Go be a piece of shit somewhere else.
Be a piece of shit.
Not in
You're a
my
big
pit.
stacker over there, piece
Yeah.
of shit.
Yeah. Some girl in St. Louis come over and said she wanted to take a selfie, and I just had enough. It was just all day. I'd had enough of I'd had enough. It was just all day of this. And she said, we got to get a selfie. And I was like, all right, but you got to get a brush and go through that ratchet ass hair of yours because we ain't finna do a selfie like that because you gonna put it on Instagram. Then we're gonna have hashtag ratchet and.
Yep.
I ain't about that life.
I ain't about that life. Just go get you a brush, run it through that mop on your head. Look like spiders is having a meeting up there, and then we could do a selfie.
Logically thinking, you think she would either run away, never come back, think we're assholes, tell everybody that, but no. What
or
she
start
do?
crying, or it could have been either one.
But what did she do? She went and got a brush,
She went and got a
ran it
brush,
through her
yeah.
hair,
Yep.
and came back and took a selfie.
Hell yeah. She went
I was like, when she left, I was like, there's no way she comes back. Won't come back. Not a chance.
Run off like that.
No, she came back, ran a
How's
brush
she
through her
gonna
hair.
prove to somebody that she ain't ratchet?
Yeah, she ain't ratchet.
Nope. I was like, wow.
She just had the window down on the way to the track.
I was like, being a
Well,
piece
She was on the back of somebody's motorcycle.
She was in her homegirl's LeBaron convertible.
I bet it was red.
Red LeBaron
Red LeBaron
Got my
convertible.
Chrysler out front.
Yep. Had the top down on the way here.
Fuck. Well,
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing.
Sean's looking. I mean, I gotta admit, Sean, you're clean shaven.
I
What's
shaved
going
last
on?
night.
What's going on, bro?
I shaved last night, man.
Why? Who you trying to impress? You got your
Nobody.
sideburns all trimmed up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know if you ever really had a chance to see me while we were in Indy, but I didn't cut my hair for like a month. It was bad.
yeah, you look like the last half of Forrest Gump.
It was bad. It was bad. I don't know, man. Sometimes I
seen
just get
you.
lazy and I don't like to shave. It's a pain in the ass.
Well, I don't ever like to shave.
Yeah, but you do it every day.
Well, yeah, because if you don't, you look like Forrest Gump.
Well, and plus all my shit's chrome nowadays.
Somebody
Yeah,
did
like
mention
Sean
that.
Connery.
Yeah. it's not gray though.
No, you
it's
need to-
chrome.
you need
Somebody
to-
told him while we were standing there, and he was like, "Man, your hair just don't look that great on TV."
Yeah,
Oh, that's fucked up.
it is.
He's a
It's
real
just
piece
not
of
coming
shit,
out
too.
of my
He's a real
face.
piece of
That
shit.
guy's a real piece of shit.
Yeah, that guy's a piece of shit.
You
I can
need
be
to-
friends with. I can fucks with him.
You just need, I fucks with him heavy.
I took his shirt and threw it on the ground.
You just put it on the ground. It's like happy
Yeah.
birthday to the ground.
Yeah.
You need to perfect your Sean Connery accent.
I
Man,
Come on, you can do
let's
it.
try it. Give me one. Give me something.
trying to think of a line that he says in a movie.
Give me one from Red October. Give me one from James Bond.
I like the James Bond stuff, and he was pretty good in
The
Indiana
Rock.
Jones.
What about The Rock? That was a
Rock,
good
he
movie.
was good too.
You seen that one?
What the fuck are we doing right now? Give me something from Sean Connery.
I'm trying to think of a line that he says in a movie.
Just practice it under your breath.
Just
a
say
few
anything.
times.
You don't even have to be a line from one of his movies. You can
It's
say something
better,
from
though. It'd be
SpongeBob.
better
His
if it was a
movies.
line.
You got to be from his movies.
Phantom, you're the producer. Give us a fucking line so
come up
Sean
with
can do
something.
something from Sean Connery.
Welcome to the Rock.
No, that one sucks. Give me something else. Give me something from Red October.
Welcome to the
Get
Rock.
your own
Yeah,
damn line.
you suck as a producer.
Yeah, well, I suck at Sean Connery too. So.
Do one. Oh yeah, do one from Sean Connery from Saturday Night Live where he's on Jeopardy.
That guy's pretty good at it. That guy can Sean Connery.
Yeah.
He says that's not what your mom said last night. But anyway, you look really clean shaven. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. It's because of that big box of razors that we got at the shop. Because you ain't gonna buy no razors,
No.
so we got sent a
What
big
if so?
box
I
of razors.
cut my face all up.
So what'd you
I'm
shave?
not good
with?
at shaving. Remember a couple years ago, you had to teach me how to shave.
Oh, dude, that was bad. God damn.
You had to teach that grown ass
Man,
man how to
you-
shave.
Shit, I was a grown ass man. I just didn't ever shave.
No, but when he did shave, he looked like he got attacked by a Wolverine.
Yeah, somebody trying to slit my throat. Is
You
what
got
it
to
looked
teach
like.
a grown ass man how to shave. Like,
Man.
look, man, bring your blower car and a razor. And I'm going to teach you a couple
yeah.
things.
It looked like he was 200 foot away and somebody hit him with a fucking 20 gauge.
Yep. Right in the
Then
neck.
ran a weed eater across the neck.
Just mainly on the neck, you know.
You can't go against the grain, man.
Well, then
It's all bad.
I would also wait about a week to shave, and then it'd be long, and it'd be you
Yeah,
know,
and you
growing
Rip it out with
hairs.
he
a
didn't
single
have-
blade
Yeah.
bic.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't have any utensils, so like he like was going for a Guinness Book of World Records. You know what I mean? To shave.
Fast shaves
Yeah, he's trying to get it done in 11 seconds.
like this, just
with
hacking at
a
it.
weed eater.
Yeah,
I was like, man,
Damn.
you need help. You need help. But look at him today.
that's right.
See, that was back when you was a good motherfucker.
No, I still ain't gonna let my boy look like shit.
No, you're right. You
My
sure
shit's
right.
been crooked before, and he's let me know about that.
Man, he
too.
had
he told
me
me
wor-
one time.
he
I
had
had
me
heard him
working-
say, "I can't be buddies with somebody whose shit's all crooked."
Man,
He
we
didn't
was,
say that about me,
You gotta
But-
get your fade tightened up.
but
we was about day 4 into St. Louis testing, and he looked at me and he's like, "Bro,
oh,
got to fix yourself."
dude.
Like, I don't know. There was carbon fiber everywhere. I was like rolling
everything
around
was
in it.
black.
Man, and I was, listen, day 4, that
He
was a
looked-
stretch.
He looked like little Sambo.
I was like, what's that guy talking about? I went back and looked in the truck mirror. I was like, oh, God.
Dude,
Yeah.
I come out of the car, put the battery charger on. He's standing there. We're fitting to throw the front end back on it, and he's standing there. He's just. And I look over at him. There's all these people standing around. I went, whoa, and I was like, dude.
It's 100 degrees, like 300% humidity.
I said, you need to check yourself, bro. You're looking real raggedy right now. And he was like, what? He's like, are you fucking with me? I was like, dude, you need to get in a mirror or something. Like, damn.
It was real
And I was
rough.
like, and I like
Fix
made
your
my,
shit,
I like
'cause
made my,
damn.
yeah, I like made my hands up and down. I was like, dude, this all of this, like, you
That's-
got,
see, but
you got
that's-
some-
that's what
Decorator
friends
in here
do.
Quick, 'cause
Just damn. And hey, he was real pissed off for a second. He was looking at me like, you motherfucker, I'm working my ass off.
Yeah.
You gonna bitch about the way I look. But then, you know what he did?
I went and straightened it up.
He did just like that old girl went and got a brush.
Went and got me a
He
brush
went
and
and
straightened it up.
got him a wash rag. And he come back over and he thanked me.
I saw
He's
his
like,
face and it was all dirty. He's like, "Man, how y'all letting me walk around like this?"
It was
I
rough.
ain't gonna let you. I'm gonna tell you.
It was rough.
He came, but afterwards he came back. He goes, "Hey man, thanks. Damn, thank you.
Damn.
I looked like shit. Thank you." I was like, "Good man. We can't be. I mean, we got to at least look the part."
Yeah.
But so
Sometimes
anyway,
I forget that.
so where did you get these amazing razors that
I
have
got 'em
made
from
your
Harry's,
face
man.
look good? From
Harry's. Harry's.com.
where? I don't even know if that's really it.
No, it is.
Is it?
Harry's.com player.
That's a real website, Harry's.com?
They got the
Yep.
good razors.
No, I've heard. I after seeing Sean's clean shaven face today, I think I'm gonna try them myself. Which I'm a real stickler when it comes to razor. I gotta have a certain razor. I gotta have a
Yeah.
certain shaving cream. I
Now,
gotta
I
have
know
a
you
certain
got
way
your
to
old
do it.
kit, and
I got my kit. You know, it goes everywhere with me because you never know where I'm gonna stay.
clean.
You never know where I'm gonna stay.
Now,
I may not even have a mirror when I get there. You never know where I'm
Wherever
gonna be.
you stay is home, though.
Your home is where you make it, and I make it everywhere I
Might
can.
be Holiday Inn or Doubletree. Or,
yeah.
But so, from what I'm gathering here, you have stopped compromising on your shave, and you got started with Harry's. For far too long, you've either paid too much for a comfortable shave, or you settled for a low price, low quality razor. I'm just guessing here, Shawn. Harry's offers something you've never had before: a great shave at a fair price. Harry's makes its own high quality razors, and it cuts, get it? It cuts out the middleman,
Does. I get it.
and it ships them directly to you for half the price of the leading brand. Good shave, good price, the shit's simple. Get the best of both with Harry's. That's what you did.
That's exactly what I did, man. Harry's starter set, it's a great option for new customers, like me. And amazing deals. For just $15, you get a razor handle, moisturizing shaving cream, and 3 of Harry's 5-blade German-engineered razors. Plus, there's a special offer right now for fans. Harry's will give you $5 off your first purchase with promo code CHIEF.
Hey,
I feel
that's
like
me.
that should have been. I feel like that should have
That's
been
me.
Sean, but
Man.
it's not. It is
It's
Chief.
just like everything else you do.
And
I
for-
take credit for it.
For everybody else out there, that Chief is CHIEF.
That's true. I am.
It's not chife
It's
or
not
anything like
chef.
that.
Not chef. He's
But
not a
so
chef.
make sure when you go to Harry's.com and look for the Truman set, Harry's HARRYS.com.
The Truman set, like the president.
Yeah,
It's a presidential kit right now.
it is. And all you gotta do is enter the
Oh, I
code
get it.
Chief.
Harry Truman.
Harry
Harry,
S. Truman.
the Truman kit. Get it?
I do get it now. I'm gonna
The
have to
S
check
stands
that
for
out.
shave.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Is it straight razors or what? Oh,
No.
no, it's like a
Man,
it's like
you
a
can't be
regular
trusted
razor.
with no
It is.
straight razor.
Man, I tried some straight. I tried some straight. We know you're sensitive, Phantom. If
Yep.
that shit works for you, it's gotta work for somebody else. You old sensitive ass.
Yep.
Got all them feels
It's
and
gonna do
shit.
you right.
I mean, it did you right.
It did.
You look good, player. You look good.
Thanks, man. I try.
You look good. I mean,
From time to time, at
What's
least
up?
once a month.
we're gonna need that Sean Connery thing though. Give me something.
Don't put me on the spotlight.
All right, how
Come on,
about
don't
this?
be-
How about this? I'm gonna give you the rest of the podcast, and then McDougal and me are gonna pick a fan letter, and you're gonna read it in Sean Connery's voice.
The whole fan
I'm
letter.
horrible at that.
All right,
I ain't no
perfect.
good at that.
Perfect.
Perfect. You better go out in the bathroom, fix yourself, and practice on it.
All right. So, also, we're broke.
Huh.
Look,
Nah.
we've been racing real hard lately.
Yeah, we have.
We've been building cars, crashing cars, tearing shit up.
Skipping work
We ain't been to work, and well, y'all know.
Yeah. Yeah.
since last Tuesday.
Only reason,
last Tuesday.
only reason ain't been to work in a week.
Yeah.
Only reason we're in here now is so I get some of y'all's money and get in y'all's pocket. This is what I'm gonna let you know. Go to the MidwestStreetCars.com website. There's new merchandise.
Yeah.
Sign up to receive updates on the new products. And if you look real hard, there's some coupon codes and you can save some bread. I know how my fans be liking to clip them coupons.
Yeah.
Man, them new shirts, they're ruthless and hateful.
Yeah, I done worn them out.
I ain't even got one yet, but I'm gonna get one. Wait till y'all ain't looking,
You
because I'm
should
gonna have to
get
shoplift that thing. I ain't got no money.
Yeah, you
I'm
probably
gonna
should get one.
shoplift it and run.
Piece of shit.
That's what I
You
do.
piece
Go-
of shit.
You invite me over, I'm gonna
They
steal your
already
shit.
know. The girls up front know when you come in, be keeping an ey on you.
Yeah,
Turn the
you,
cameras
Hurry up
on.
and buy. She said.
Hurry up and buy.
every time McDougal walks in, well, McDougal or my dad, it goes, bing bong.
Hurry up and buy. I slip and fall and be like, $20,000.
Yeah, we can settle out of court right now.
All right, man, $20 at a Slim Jim.
Yeah.
So let's see. Have we even in between this Tuesday and last Tuesday was Outlaw Armageddon in there somewhere?
It was.
It was.
How was that deal?
Oh,
What,
that was
ring?
interesting. The car that I was messing with went to the Final Four. Only 405 car to make it that far. But, man, they were fast.
Yeah, they were.
Like, I had that car turned up all it wanted. I mean, I blew through the converter, just went right to $9,000, just held it on the limiter all the way down the track.
Fucking A.
Because that bitch was pissed. I don't know how much boost you can make, but I just said, put 100 pounds on the gate in 2 seconds. Let her eat.
Hell yeah.
And it took it, and it went right down there, and that car still beat us. I was like, damn it, that Pro Mod's fast.
There's a lot of fast cars there, man.
There was 2 Pro Mods that went through the race your way in. I mean, how do you take a screw charger car, make like 14 straight passes in a row in 2 days, and never give it a break? They're running you through like every hour.
Full pit over there changing pistons and shit.
I don't think either one of them motors come apart. I'm surprised they made it that far.
Well, I mean, even on those cars though, even if they did, like a lot of times those guys, if they do make a good lick or whatever, or they shake it, or they hit the limiter or whatever, they'll check the rod bearings, shit like that. Or if they shut it off wrong or whatever, they'll have to check the rod bearings and shit and strip the blowers and all that. But that's a NH&RA level blower car type deal,
Real
or a
deal.
PDRA. Like these guys were.
Pro Boost type
They were
cars.
Pro Boost more. They were more like Pro Boost type cars. You know what I mean? And so they've seemingly got reliable setups. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they got a damn good crew of people. And obviously that they've got their shit together. So
They can power management.
Well, Wiley's
Well, I
done
mean-
it twice now. He did American Outlaws Live and Armageddon, where he had to race his way into both of them, won that,
Yeah.
and then race all the way to the finals in both of them.
yeah, no, they're good racers for sure. I will not be, and this has nothing to do with the people that are involved or the promoters or the racers or any of that shit, but like I'm not gonna go to those type of races anymore. I've never really been one for no prep. I've never really given a shit about no prep. I don't really like no prep races because really it just tears up a lot of nice shit.
It does.
But like I don't mind it if there's a big payday and there's a chance for me to win. You know,
But whenever there's 12 full-blown Pro Mods that I
Dude,
couldn't fucking
I don't
race.
I don't even mind racing pro mods. Everybody knows I don't mind racing pro. I have a pro mod. You know what I mean?
It's a radial mod.
Sorry,
currently.
it's a street mod, crow mod, but I don't mind racing pro mods. Everybody, I don't give a fuck about that. But I want to race them at a real no prep or a street type environment where, and that's not just saying the surface sucks, because I don't care if the surface is good or not. Like, I just want a fair shot at a fast car the same way they got it. You know what I mean? And when none of these guys that are putting these races on, no, they won't let me in the Race Your Way In. I'm already in the Invitational.
We gave them 5 licks to warm up.
So they get to be in the Race Your Way In, and they get 5 licks at the track the night before, or sometimes still the day of.
Yes.
And then I got to race them cold off the trailer, and they got 5 hits with data on the track. And these aren't like dummies. These are really good racers.
$30,000 with electronics.
And they know how to use it. And even if they don't have the electronics, they know how to use what they got.
Right.
You know what I mean? Cause,
they're smart.
Because, you know, like a guy like Frankie Taylor, he don't need electronics.
Frankie Taylor don't even need anything but a gas pedal and 1 wire to the tail light.
Man, you ain't lying. But
he wired a whole car in 5 minutes. Watched him do it.
He didn't even measure the wire.
He went over there and stripped some off, hooked it to the positive on the battery, and right to the tail light, said, done.
Yep. Yeah. So I don't mind racing pro mods, but I feel like something needs to be changed on the whole Race Your Way In thing.
Yeah,
that's just out of hand. Because if you look at every Race Your Way In, the winner of Race Your Way In was in the final, or won the invitational the next day.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean? That should tell you something.
Give me 5 qualifiers for that invitational.
Yeah. And if they're worried about big blower dudes coming in here, because you know it is tougher on the turbo guys than it is the blower guys or the nitrous guys than it is the blower guys, because those blowers put 500 to 700 pounds of downforce on the drive tire at 150 foot. You know what I mean? I mean, or more than 150
where they
foot.
need it.
You know, right? And so right when the surface goes to shit, we can't keep applying power, and they're applying power and weight to the car that they don't have to even carry to the finish.
They got a 2,300 pound car that weighs 4,000 going down track.
And they don't have to carry it. You know what I mean? It's just on the drive tire. So it's like a giant pry bar pulling down on the back of the car. You know, so like if they want to get rid of them, I don't feel like there needs to be a bunch of rules on no prep race. I don't feel like there needs to be, and this has been beat to death. So we're not going to touch on it too much, because it's been touched on. And
yeah, but I mean, honestly, I could do the Race Your Way In and not win it. You know what I mean? I could have 5 extra hits than everybody else and still not outrun, you know, half of those cars that were in the Race Your Way.
3,500 pound steel body street car.
That's what I'm saying, man. I could have all the hits in the world, and my car, the way it currently is right now, it doesn't stack up to these cars that we're racing.
No.
That's true. But the deal was originally there was only one rule, and they had to be street raced. You know what I mean? Yeah. This was for street racers, because no preps were for street racers. Those guys with the pro mods and those guys with the blowers stuff that coming around all the time, they got something to do in their hometown every weekend with them fucking cars.
Yep.
There's nothing for a guy with a big heavy steel street race car. There's nothing for him to do every weekend at the track. You know what I mean? Yep. But so that's why these were put on. These were put on so everybody could see those cars, their favorite guys, whatever, race at the track and not have to go out and go to jail racing on the street. Well, now, because of greedy promoters, greedy racetracks, you know, I'm going to say it. I mean, whatever. Fucking tell them I said it. I don't give a fuck. Greedy promoters and greedy racetracks are the reason this shit has gotten this way, because no preps have gone from 1-day races where you come off the trailer in outlaw class, first car's down.
Yep.
How
it's gone from that.
I don't understand how that's even an option. Like, I was in Denton and they drew for who was going to be the first down. Look, it was big tire, but how is that even a conversation?
Well,
the whole thing is for big tire. Like, everybody else is just class fillers. Like, the whole thing was designed around big tire street cars having a place to race that wasn't the street.
Well, in my opinion, there was 2 classes. There was big tire and small tire.
Right.
But originally it was just big tire. But then there was big tire and small tire. I feel like both of those classes are worthy. But the small tire guys don't need to go first. They got little bitty tires. And you know what I mean?
It's safer for them when they go after us.
And the big tire guys are the ones that got all that goddamn tire. Make them go down the raggedy ass fucking road first. That's what way we've always done it.
And make it a no prep.
So if it's a no prep and you show up and they don't prep it, I don't care if they sweep it. I don't care if they blow it. Don't drag it. Don't spray it. Just leave it alone. And then the big tire guys go out first.
Yep.
That's the way it should be. And it's a 1-day race. But now, because of greedy promoters and racetracks, they've turned these into 3- and 4-day races with testing sessions and testing tunes. And then they got 3 or 4 classes the night before, and then you can grudge race. I mean, it's
how
like,
do you test for a no prep at a no prep?
But-
I mean, that
Dude.
shouldn't even be an option.
And what that's done is it's turned this into a big money fiasco that is taken away from what it originally was. And, whatever. It's either going to decline or they're going to see the light and fix it. In my opinion, the only thing that needs to be done is no more race your way in, no more racing the night before, no more testing beforehand, whatever. The way it was back in the day was they raced on Saturday the week before. Nobody touched the track or went anywhere near the track for a week. Remember that?
Yep.
Nobody. And then when we went up to race, they would some tracks would sweep it, some tracks would blow it off, some tracks wouldn't do shit. Remember Thunder Valley didn't do shit.
No, they just good luck.
Remember I was ashy that one time?
That was rough.
Yeah, like Smoke's elbows.
Yeah.
And everybody crashed. You know
I
what I
went to
mean?
the finals in that race with Dave, didn't I?
Yeah. But see,
That was
that's when you
rough.
had a chance, right?
Your slicks look like powdered donuts by the time you got to the end of the track.
Exactly.
Yep.
I was on small tire. I went to the final too against
Yeah,
Chuck.
against Chuck.
Hey,
Yep.
up high,
I
high
remember
five,
that
buddies.
It was the last time I did good.
He remembers it.
I mean, at an event like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I've won some races on the street, but
Yeah, but no
Not-
prep has changed since then.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And my car stayed the same.
And yeah, they keep getting faster, and Murder Nova stays the
Still just sitting
same.
back there on the rack right now.
Yep.
Yeah, we need to start calling that thing. What's his name from Dazed and Confused?
Oh man.
Wooderson or whatever.
Wooderson.
Yeah. So anyway, long story short, I think if they just got rid of the 10 days beforehand preparing for this event and all the different money that comes involved with it, and then I think if they got rid of the race your way in crap, you just get rid of all that. It's one rule: street raced only.
I
Now,
agree.
if Steve Wiley or Galen Smith or any of those big bad motherfuckers, and because I respect the shit out of those guys. Those guys are bad motherfuckers. They'll put their shit on a fucking nasty track. But if those guys want to get out and bang it out on the street somewhere,
Yeah,
then
off Eastern or
cool.
whatever.
If they'll go over here off the service road and bang it out on the street 2 or 3 nights a week, cool. I'll run them, and if they're faster than me, then hell yeah, buddy.
Yep.
Good job. You fucking kick ass. But if you ain't gonna street race,
You ain't just gonna catch your off weekend,
You know,
go pick on a bunch of
yeah, that's what I'm
lesser
saying.
cars.
Like we ain't got nothing else to do this weekend. Let's go win $75,000 against a bunch of steel back half cars. You know what I mean? That ain't been on a track in 6 months.
yeah,
you know?
don't know nothing about track racing.
Yeah, don't know nothing about wheelie bars or nothing.
And dude, that Armageddon deal. I mean, Jesus, I took that tune up right out of there. Went 102. I mean,
Well, I was the first pair down the track in big tire because that's the way I wanted it to be.
Right.
You know, and no turning down. No, I didn't even get loose. You know what I mean?
it
just-
shook.
It was, oh, well, yeah, it shook. The
It
car
always
always shakes.
shakes, like
we
Michael
knew
J.
that. That goes unsaid.
It's just like
But-
Michael J. Fox.
You know, I mean, it just, it's,
You're a real piece of shit, you know.
yeah, you're a piece of shit. But when you can do that, man, that ain't a no problem.
Nah, man. When we got down to that final four, the tune-up that was in that car, I mean, goes 14s, and there ain't no way you should run 14s on no prep. It should never be available.
Well, but if you can, you're a bad motherfucker. But
that wasn't a no
it wasn't
prep.
no prep.
No.
there was
That's
80,000
all I'm
passes
saying.
prior to
and,
that.
You know, hey, and if you want to, if people are scared and they don't want to race guys like Steve Wiley and Galen Thomas and all that, I make it real easy. You don't have to get rid of promos. You don't have to put a bunch of rules on this shit. There should be no need for a bunch of rules. Like street raced only, that gets rid of 90% of the problems.
Yep.
Right.
All the problem
That's why
cars,
it's a fucking invitational. Why is it an invitational if you're gonna let people race into
I
it?
don't know.
That's not an invitational. It's an invitational because it's for street racers. You invite the street racers, the biggest, baddest street racers you know. They get a chance to bang it out on the track in front of a bunch of packed house, and have a good time. And all their fans and all their people get to see them in the daylight. You know, like that's what's cool about it. So street race only. And if you want to get rid of all those big bad blower cars, if y'all scared of the big bad blower cars, then just no zoomies.
Yeah, that
Done.
That clips them right there.
No
they
zoomies.
won't make it 60
Street
feet.
raced only. It's over. You get rid of the zoomies on those cars. Make them put regular headers on it with a muffler. And
First off, they ain't gonna do it because the next weekend they go to PDRA Pro Boost.
well, not
again.
just that, but I mean, I remember when Totoro tried it in NMCA or whatever. He tried. They had a rule that said you had to have mufflers and no zoomies because it was a fastest street car shootout or whatever. Totoro tried that shit and it wouldn't go down. Put the zoomies on, it go right down. You know, now I'm sure Totoro figured it out because he's a bad motherfucker, and you know he made it go eventually. But then it just gives the same chance as everybody else. That's all I'm saying. So whatever. I street race my pro mod. You know what I mean? But
Damn sure.
but I didn't even feel like bringing mine to Armageddon because I didn't have a shot. I mean, dude, it's like I'm not no dummy. Like if I can't be in the race your way in.
That's the qualifier. Those guys got 5 qualifier rounds.
Yeah. Dude, no thanks.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing that's really not fair. Like I'll be honest with you, like I hate to say it, if they'd have gave me 5 passes the night before, I would have found a stator and Mike Henson's car would have won that thing.
Well, like I told him, I said, I don't want to be in the Invitational. I want to be in the race your way in. Yeah, but everybody wants to see you race. I don't care. They can see me race, you know, anytime. They can see me race on TV. Like,
that's another $10,000.
Like I'm here to race, and there's a $10,000 race the night before, and I can't be in it. What the fuck, bro? You know. So it's just that part kills me. You know what I mean? And it was that way at American Outlaws Live, and it was that way at Armageddon. And you know, right now those are the biggest no preps are. And you know, if you get rid of all that shit, you don't have to have $100,000 payday.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
If you
These
get rid of all
come
that,
do it for like it used to be. What was our,
yeah.
You know what our payout was last when we had back of the track, you know, backwards track? Whatever the hell the people standing alongside the track come up with.
Yeah, it was $300 to enter, and then whatever everybody else come up with.
I mean,
Yeah,
literally,
I think
you
I
walked
won
around and
4 or 5
said,
grand.
anybody they want to throw in on
Yeah.
the pot, let's throw it in, and
But
it would be $4 or $5 grand.
Right. But you didn't have to be there Wednesday.
No,
You know what I mean? You didn't have to overnight parts of the track.
no, we just
you didn't
passed
have
the bracket racers on a Saturday night.
Yeah,
They're
you show
pulling
up-
out.
you
We're
show
going
up at
in.
midnight.
That's
that
exactly
night.
right. You show up at midnight, you get it all done that night, you go home, you're at work the next morning. Like now they're making it to where you got to have a fucking somebody to cook for you, and you got to have golf carts, and you know we don't. I mean, like
Place to stay.
you got to have.
Be there 4 days in advance, get your shit set up.
Yeah, you got to have. Yeah, exactly. So it's cool for the fans. You know, I love that part. But I mean, let's be honest. Where were the fans in the final?
Yep.
You know what I mean? There was more people on the starting line for Doc's grudge races with Kai and Bodie on. Like there was more people on the starting line and in the stands watching those than there was in the final because them people did not come to that track to see 2 PDRA Pro Boost blower cars going at it. Period.
I'm not.
Sean's got
Sorry.
in trouble for chewing his
Sorry.
gum. We had to talk about this beforehand, and Phantom's not going to stand for it.
I didn't even think I was chewing it.
Anyway, moving on. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It was still a good time. We met a bunch of awesome fans. I got to just hang out.
There wasn't even too many shitty ones at that one.
Everybody's pretty good at Armageddon.
they were.
Everybody's
And
pretty
Indy,
nice.
it was rough.
No, Indy wasn't as bad. I mean, Indy was bad. St. Louis was rough.
Yeah, well, we didn't have. I mean, we was struggling.
Yeah,
We didn't have a golf cart.
Yeah.
We didn't have pro jacks. We didn't even have a good floor jack.
What? Yeah, we
No spark
ended up
plugs,
taking
no
the
fuel.
car we left from Outlaw Armageddon and went to Jeffers Race Cars in Missouri to help work on the car to get it ready for the NH&RA. Because they've decided to let me in their little club, and we're now friends again. We've made up. We're good. I got my license. I'm now official pro mod.
Professional
I'm a
race car
professional
driver.
race car driver. Bitches.
I'm still amateur.
Did you see our pits though, like in the grass? Like
I did.
By the 1250 bracket cars.
Mm-hmm.
But we went to Jeffers Race Cars to get the car ready. I was up there for a week before that. Then I was up there for a couple days before you guys showed up. Monkey and McDougal, the Monkey Bros, came up to Jeffers and put in work. They showed up, put in work. Literally.
He has a great shop, but it is the worst environment to work in. There's so much fiberglass or carbon fiber or whatever floating around from all his body panels because he makes body panels and stuff. I'd go to the hotel and just be like fire in my skin every day because you got to roll around the floor. You know, we're building the floater rear end and putting carbon fiber brakes, and it was brutal. It was brutal.
Yeah. Well, like the dude does the whole thing. He
Like
does
everything.
cars from start to finish in one shop. So you got
It's super cool.
the welding and the cutting and the grinding, and then you got the metal work, and then you got the powder coating, the painting, and then the carbon fibering and the fiberglassing, and
Yeah.
just,
Everything.
you know, and God only knows what else. The asbestos is in the ground up there. I mean, dude,
Yeah.
the people. I'm just going, man. I'm sorry, Jeffers. Sorry, Larry Jeffers. Missouri is full of the weirds.
Really strange humans live
Oh
up there.
my!
Yeah.
I was trying to tell.
There's a lot of change on the ground, apparently.
Oh
I
yeah.
was trying to tell McDougal and Monkey about it before they got there, and they couldn't understand what I was talking about. I was like, dude, these people are the weird. And they're like, what do you mean the weird? I'm like, dude, they're strange. They're like really, really weird. And McDougal's like, you mean like a penis for a trailer hitch kind of weird? I'm like, yeah, like weird, man. And then he shows up there, and as soon as they get there, of course, I jet. I'm
Yeah,
gone.
he didn't even say bye. He's like,
Yeah.
we pull up, he leaves.
Well, because
Like, there's all the parts.
They pulled up and they
Gotta
started
go.
to get work on the car, and I was like, you know, Monkey's like, where's the wheels and tires? I was like, I don't know. He's like, where's the chutes? I'm like, all right.
Chief wasn't trying to get in trouble, so he was out.
So I
Yeah.
said,
He
I'm
went to go get
on
it.
my way to get them. So I drove to Delaware, Ohio to get wheels and tires and chutes and borrow anything I could from Jigs. And everybody knew it when my chutes came out.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they
You got the
did.
loudest
The
shoots
whole
he had.
world.
Oh, my God.
Those are the loudest ones he had on the shelf, I guarantee you.
Jigs.
When those popped out, I was like, oh, what happened?
Yeah, there were some loud shoots for sure. And in the NH&RA, you have these boxes on your cars that like do all that for you. So like if you're passed out from all the G forces, like it'll pull your chute for you. Well, my first hit, the NH&RA boost controller didn't work or wasn't turned on or whatever the problem was. NH&RA didn't come over and put their little key card in it or whatever and unlock it and then zip it up and, you know, fasten it all back together. Whatever they didn't do, it didn't come on. So it was a lazy turd. So I let off the trans brake and it goes, "Buh." Well, I let off before the 8th mile. And so I was just coasting. And then I was like, man, this track's long. Like it's going
a long ways
to be
down
long.
there.
And they don't let you get off on any other turnoffs. You have to go to the very end.
They closed all the gates.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You have to go to the very end because that's where the NH&RA is down there to get you off the track, and they got the four-wheelers
okay.
and they push you around, put all your fires out and all that stuff, and then they hook up to all your computers and make sure you ain't a cheating piece of
They
shit.
tear your car
you know?
apart. It's pretty intense.
And then they literally tear your car apart.
front clip off.
Yeah, we
I
had to
mean,
take the front clip
everything.
off. They were like, okay, you go
Down
to
at the end of the track.
yeah, you go to the end of the track. They got the tech guys all down there looking around, making sure he ain't messing with none, make sure he ain't putting no weight in the chutes, you know. And then you go from there to the weight to the scale. Then they really weigh you good. I mean, real good. Back up an inch, pull forward an inch. Okay, I don't know. We're gonna let it slide. I'm like, okay.
We were 20
Then
over,
yeah.
sir.
Then they're like,
Yeah.
then they're like, go to this trailer over here. So then you got to push the car to this other trailer, and then they take the front clip off and they dip your fuel, and then they chemically test your fuel to make sure you
It
ain't
has
got
to
no.
be at the right temperature.
Dude, I got failed the first pass because my fuel was at the wrong temperature, and they said that there was some water in it, and I was like, so my fuel was too cold, and they're like, no, it's too hot. You were 79, everybody else was 74, and I'm
Something's
like,
going
It's too
on.
hot and too
I'm like,
wet.
wait a minute, it's hot and wet, like that's not a performance enhancer, like.
Yeah, I mean, what could the water possibly fucking help being in there?
It doesn't
It
matter.
helps
me a
It
lot.
doesn't- no, it doesn't matter. The rules say it has to be 100% pure methanol. So if there's water in it, it's not 100% pure.
That could just be condensation or something.
It was because, and that's what he said. He goes, I don't know, but you got some water in there. I'm like, what? We don't even know how to get rid of that. Like, what do we
Yeah.
do? And he was like, well, whenever you get the car out in the morning, put fresh fuel in it. I was like, get it out. What do you mean?
We
And he's
left.
like, well,
Yeah,
whenever you
impounds.
unload it, when you get here, I'm like, no. It sits out all night.
Yeah, no, we unloaded this thing once.
We don't
And
have
then
any
that's
room in the trailer to put the car after we put all our shit in there so people don't steal it at night.
After
And
we
also-
open our laptop, the trailer's full.
Yeah, yeah.
and then also we have to use the truck that we pulled the trailer with to like drive us around.
God, that,
So-
that threw him off at the gate.
They were freaked out.
Yeah, I was like, she was like, this goes on your pit vehicle. I was like, but our pit vehicle is the tote vehicle. And she's like, no, you have a rig that pulls it in, and then you have a pit vehicle. I
Yes.
was like,
Same.
ma'am, it's the same truck. Like, it's all we got. We're all out of trucks.
So then you go from getting your fuel checked. So they were like, so we decided that the next morning when we got there, we would drain the fuel out, flush some good fuel through it. Thankfully, VP was there. They came by, helped us out. They helped us get right. and we ended up passing Fuel Tech every time other than that. But then after you go to the Fuel Tech trailer, so then you got to go to...
So you got to take the front clip off there, put it back on.
You got to put it back on at the Fuel Tech trailer. Then you go, and they say, you go to this big trailer under the awning at Turbo Tech. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, Turbo Tech. And I'm like, okay. So then they have a semi-trailer that you pull up next to with an awning out there and 15 dudes to take your car apart and make sure that you pass tech.
Man, they take and like put pressure on your sensor with like a leak down tester for your engine. They put it on your sensor and then measure the voltage.
Yeah.
And, I mean, measure your turbos. I mean,
they check your like if you're a blower guy, you have to have like rails built around your block around the head, so that if you blow a head gasket, fire and stuff can't come out. So like they check all, like they're checking all, and I'm like, sir, that's a 455 block.
Yeah, those didn't come with that option.
Yeah, it was. It's hard to weld to cast iron.
Yeah, it's cast iron, and they were like, what? And I'm like, yeah, we don't have anything like that. We're cast iron. He's like, well, I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm like, holy crap, we're not gonna make it. And we're a half a second off the field.
Yeah.
That first one they turbo tech us, we were like a 720, and they're just tearing us down like we're cheating.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
sirs,
Yeah.
we're doing the best we can.
Sir.
I mean,
We're standing there.
Look, sirs.
And somebody must have told them we're real pieces of shit. Well, then it turns out it's not just us. It was everybody.
How long did that whole process take? Like
Right
after
up-
your pass till you got back to the trailer.
It's exactly the amount of time it takes for them to call you back up.
well, when we got the schedule, I'm like,
About the time you're pulling back into your pit, they're calling Pro Mod.
Yep.
we got the schedule, and there's like 3 hours in between passes. Like, man, this is gonna be cakewalk. Like we usually get ran like 45 to an hour. No, it's like 45 because by the time they get done ramrodding you through tech, you just get back to the trailer, and they're like, you gotta have your car down. You got to be backing out.
Oh yeah, and they have somebody, like, they don't announce it on the intercom and say, hey, like, Pro Mod lane 7 and 8, Pro Mod 7 and 8. They don't do that. They send someone to your pit and they say, your car needs to be down off of the jacks in 15 minutes.
No, I saw the lady back there the whole
Like,
time.
they got a little
she's
moped
like
with a
pacing
helmet.
and stuff. Well, I've told him, and I'm like, oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
every time I go over there, people would assume I've got like a big part of your car or something. Like, I go, okay, did you let them know? Well, I was letting you know. Oh, well, you probably should let somebody over here who's working on this deal know. Find one of the Monkey Brothers or Chief or somebody, because I don't.
I'm just over here selling shirts.
Yeah, I don't
Dude.
know what to tell you.
It was crazy. And then when you get back to your pit and you think, okay, we're done with tech, we can like work on the car and get it ready for the next round. No. Here come the gray shirts.
Yep.
Here come the four guys in gray shirts with computers and cables, and they're like, all right, we're going to check this. I'm like, what? We just went through all that.
If I was them, I'd be hung up in the Jags pit after he went a 577.
Yeah, I'm sure Jake's got ran through the ringer.
I would just stay over there, figure out that that's
but
not right.
Petty just tells them to fuck off, though.
Well, but and also that, there was probably some bitching in the Pro Mod ranks about us being there, and
Sure.
maybe it had something to do with the music. I don't know.
The NH&RA people, they were like riding up to tell us to get ready, and the lady's like, I'm sorry, because it was like the most derogatory shit going down.
Oh yeah,
We're just on one, like the
Yeah,
music's blaring, we're just going hard as we can.
Yeah.
The NH&RA's like, I'm sorry.
yeah. No,
Telling all the fans.
Yeah,
the
because like,
fans are
there's
standing-
like 5-year-old kids, like,
slop
Yeah.
on my knobs.
Yeah.
Suck a nigga dick or something. Like it was because we play 3-6 Mafia. That's what we start with 3-6 and we end up with some Brother Lynch hung and
maybe some Kevin Gates when we're trying to go
then we
soft.
go to Kevin Gates and
We turn
we
real
just-
chill and turn Kevin Gates on for the kids.
yeah, it's for the Kevin Gates, for the kids. Yes, but so I think next time we go to the NH&RA stuff, next time we get out there, we're gonna have to put a parental advisory sticker on the back of the trailer,
Very large one.
a very large one, just to let people know that hey, if you're gonna stand over here, your ears are gonna get fucked.
Yes.
Cool thing is most of our fans that's willing to stand there for 6 or 8 hours at a time and stare at us, they don't mind that their kids hear that kind of shit. Like, it's not a big deal to them.
Well,
It's just the ones walking by going to like the rich people's trailer, like, oh my god, cover your ears.
hey, but hey, like you said, man, why change?
Man, that was our deal when we talked about this.
This is what got us to this point.
Yeah, ain't no sense in changing.
This is what got us to here. Why would we change now? This is what we do. When we go somewhere, we blast offensive rap music. We act like thugs, and we race our ass off.
When we first talked about this, when he decided he was going to do this, that was a conversation we had. No matter what, we cannot be something we're not.
Yeah, well, it started in Tulsa. Remember, that was the first time we got to
We
test.
almost didn't turn it on. We had a conversation.
We pulled into Tulsa amongst all them pro guys, and we were like, we're fixing to do this. Like,
yeah.
It was like a decision. Like, are we going to be cool and like try and get these people to like us and be like them? And and then it was like, you know what? If they don't like us for who we are, then what's the point of them liking us at all? That's a facade.
Yeah, we won't.
Because they're going to get their feelings hurt when they find out we're a piece of shit.
Yeah, then exactly. then they think
you're putting a front on not being a piece of shit.
Because then they think you're a good person and stuff, and then when they find out you're a piece of shit, then they're hurt and they feel betrayed.
Yeah,
I'd rather them know up front.
I didn't think he was like that. People don't look at us and say that.
No,
we knew they was like that.
We knew they're not trustable.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like now, like when people say, "Can you believe what Chief's doing over there?" And then NH&RA is like, well, what'd you think he was going to do?
Yeah.
Like, he told you he was going to do, like literally, they told you that they were going to show up here and do that. Like, that's who they are.
Well, within an hour of
the
Tulsa,
idiot's got Cadillac tattooed on his hand.
Fucking idiot's got his firing order on his knuckles. He can't even remember.
In case he
puts his plug wires on like this. Like, all right, 1, 8.
Yeah.
Just in case I got to remember, I got the firing order tattooed on my knuckles, man. Yeah. Like, if you think that a guy like that's coming there for the respect, you're wrong.
Yeah, or to get people to like him.
No, that's why people like me is because I don't care, right? Because I'm a piece of shit.
I think we even got Clint Satterfield coming around. I catch him over there, kind of bobbing his head a little bit.
Hey, I've seen a lot. There's a lot of the pro mod guys that, well, I mean, like when we were in St. Louis before Indy, we got the car finished up at Larry Jeffers, and Monkey left us.
Bounced.
He went home. He said, "I'm done."
All right, we'll see y'all guys.
That's what we did.
The car was pretty close.
It's Friday at 5.
The car was pretty close. I'm not going to say it was done, but it was close enough that me and McDougal could talk ourselves into finishing at the track.
Well, it was like 3 o'clock, and qualifying wasn't until 4. It was only a 45-minute drive.
That's
exactly plenty of time.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened too. Monkey left. We loaded in the trailer, and we were like, "We're not going home, right? Like,
No.
There's a racetrack around here somewhere." And we looked at it, and there was Gateway, and they were having a pro mod race, and they had pro boost and everything. So we were like,
perfect.
Qualifying 3 at 4 o'clock.
Perfect.
We're like,
let's just go make a lick. Let's go make a lick. So we showed up at the track there, and we were blasting the offensive rap music. And, there was a lot of NH&RA pro mod guys there. There was a lot of big wigs there, and we made a big splash. But the music, believe it or not, I thought was going to be the thing where no one wanted anything to do with us. Man,
no,
quite the contrary.
They still come over there like that.
And one of the guys is a big major sponsor in the NH&RA, and he is from what I've been told, he's got like overseas money. He's got like
Swiss bank accounts.
No, he's got like Bahrain monies or something. I don't know. The dude's got the jack. He has the money, and everybody that's around this dude is like kissing his ass and running
around.
Oh, yeah, that ain't no sense in that.
Everything he says, they're like, "Oh yeah, no, I agree. Red, yeah, no, it's yeah, I agree totally."
Yeah, everybody just agrees with
3 grams on the clutch, of course.
Yeah, of course, that's what we would do.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. No, that guy's an idiot. I agree with
4
you.
grams was terrible. I can't believe he said that. What you said was perfect.
Yeah, why would we do that? Well, this dude turns out
he got chic money.
Well, they all know it, so they treat him that way. But we didn't know it was him.
Apparently, he likes betting $3,000 at a time on a quarter.
Wow.
Like, we actually were in the staging lanes going up for our first qualifier, and we're going up against him. And I look at his car, and I'm thinking, this dude is sponsored by them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because I met him, and he seems cool. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, he's sponsored by that big company that sponsors everybody else in Pro Mod,
Yeah.
And they got a
car
funny car
in every class.
Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, he must be sponsored by them. He comes over and he's like, how are you gonna stage? And I was like, man, honestly, I ain't used a bump box before, so I'm just gonna roll up there, light the first one. You still gotta qualify. I probably don't even have a chance, so I'm gonna light the first one. Wait on you to go to the first one. I'll go right in. I don't care. And he was like, okay, it doesn't matter to me. I just wanted to know. Didn't want to hang you out or nothing. And I'm like, oh, dude, we're good. Like, I'm not here to do that. We're not even here to race. We're just here to test. And so we went up there and did our thing, and we get to the finish line down there, and I think I beat him. I don't know. Pretty sure he had to pedal or something. I think I beat him. And then we get
won't
out.
remind him of that, though.
We're not going to remind him of that. I think I almost hit him. I did
You're
go
not gonna rub
towards
it in his face or nothing.
I did go towards the center line real hard.
That's all right.
And right before I go up there, everybody's like, look, man, the NH&RA is watching because they know you're testing for Indy. So, like, don't just get out of it. Stay out of it. No, I went straight for the center line, pedaling it, everything else. Like
I'm pretty sure they've seen you drive
like
before.
I'm in the finals.
Yeah,
that
it'll be
threw me
fun.
off a little bit. Like, whenever he pedaled it and drove it, like, I mean, he drove it. I was like, hell yeah, good job, buddy. Everybody's like, oh, man, you got to tell him, don't do that.
The NH&RA is watching.
Like, what do you mean, do
Yeah,
what?
so?
Like, all of them. They're all, like, everybody's scared of the NH&RA.
I felt like that meme or meme of Fast and the Furious when the guy's in the little white car and his buddy's leaned in the window and he goes, careful, man, the NH&RA's watching.
That's the best one. Don't do it,
Don't
Jesse.
do it, Jesse.
The NHRA's watching.
That's the way I felt. Well, anyway, I did my thing. Whatever. We get down through there, and then I'm talking to a guy on the other end. He seems cool as hell. I'm like, man, he's a good dude, and he's normal. And then, like, he got a sponsorship. That's cool.
How do we get that?
How do we get that? Well, then later on that night, it's kind of a party, and I'm kind of a party, and Justin over here, he's kind of a party.
I was hanging out.
So we had the music going, and we was working on the car. Well, we're parked right across from that guy who's sponsored by the rich guys. And one of his people came over and was like, hey, he's a big Pontiac guy. I like your motor, blah, blah, blah. We're talking about it. And he's like, that guy over there, he wants to meet you guys. He wants you to come over and say hi. And I was like, okay, whatever. Well, you know me. I didn't even go over there. A couple hours later, Johnny Drama comes over and he's like, hey, man, dude, Jim over there is wanting to meet you. He's like wanting you guys to come over and say hi. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I heard. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, man, I ain't trying to go over there in their pit. Like, I don't know them people. Like, we probably don't fit in with their crew. Like, we
got our firing order on our knuckles.
Like,
We're not same, man.
Yeah,
We're just not
we're
the
different
same.
than those people.
And he was like, man, you're fucking up. And I was like, why? And he goes, well, you're going to piss off, that guy over there, blah, blah, blah. And he's got all the money. I was like, he's got the money? And they're like,
That
well,
dude
yeah.
I just talked to?
And they were like, he's the J in the J and the A. And I was like, oh,
We
I
had
thought he
both
was
been talking
sponsored.
to him all weekend. Like,
Yeah.
he was cool as fuck. Like, in the pit station, I was like, man, that was good.
I
pass.
thought he was sponsored by them. They're like, no, he is them. And I'm
like,
like,
he is that guy.
yeah. And they're like,
That seems to happen to us a lot.
it does. Like Rick Jones.
Yeah.
Look,
Like
I'm
people
sure
we
you
don't
do this
know.
a lot or what.
Look, man, I'm sure you do this a lot, and it may work out
I'll
for you.
never forget
but I don't
that
feel
for the
like
rest of my life.
You understand what we got going on over here.
So,
He's like, well, what'd you measure it with? Well, we had a tape measure.
yeah. And then Monkey goes, who the fuck is he? I said, hey, this guy says we need to get the tire off. We can measure that. Who the fuck is he? Well,
Who the fuck is he?
it was perfect. Well, anyway, so I'm like, oh man, I didn't know he was the J. Like we're trying to get a Hemi. You know what I mean? And then Johnny Drama's like, dude, he's got like 10 Hemis. And I'm like, man, that sounds like somebody we need to know.
Maybe I
I said, we should go over there and talk to him. Well, we go over there and turns out, other than the firing order on the knuckles thing, we're pretty much same.
Yeah.
This dude,
he likes cold beer. He likes racing.
He is the dude. Him and his whole crew in the pit and his wife. I mean, they're all just great. And his wife drives a fucking alcohol funny car.
Yeah,
she
like-
goes like 540. She
Yeah,
won.
I
She
saw
won
it.
Indy, right?
She was number one
watched her.
qualifier.
Didn't she
Yeah.
win it? She won the whole thing.
No, I
cool.
think something happened. I think she went to the final. I don't think she won, did she?
I thought she won.
I don't know.
I know she
I
went to the
watched
finals.
a couple of
I know
passes
she was
because I
number
kept
one
on
Yeah,
thinking,
I think she went to
"God
the
damn, they got a
final,
lot
and then
of
the guy
cars."
she was racing in the final blew it up bad.
I don't know. I bounced after
Yeah.
you didn't
Well-
qualify. I was disappointed in you.
Anyway,
It's like a piece of
Couldn't
shit.
stand it anymore.
Couldn't
We're
stand
over
being
there.
on this team that didn't even qualify.
Yeah,
And I
you
left.
couldn't stand sitting at the starting line or nothing after that.
I was disappointed.
we're over there hanging out with these high rollers, and turns out, man, they're just normal people, but everybody that comes over there is like kissing their ass and being weird, and we're not, because we've already assumed that they didn't have any money like us.
Well, we've been like
Yeah, you
treating him
couldn't-
like a normal dude all
You
weekend.
couldn't
Like,
change after you already treated him one way.
No,
like he'd come over and talk to me while I was like fixing the tires and stuff. I mean, I was like blowing him off and stuff. I was like, well, yeah, what? Hold on a second.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Hold on a
Yeah.
second. I got to do this.
Yeah.
but he doesn't understand is that there's like 1,500 of those guys came over all day. You know what I mean? And so, and everybody that comes
and you
over,
didn't know them either.
no, and everybody that comes over is like, hey man, I want you to meet this guy. Like I don't even know the guy that's talking to me very well, but they're like, you need to meet this guy. He owns Curly Q car washes all over the United States.
He owns 3 Texacos.
He's a big bad deal.
Tulsa.
I'm like, man, why can't somebody ever just come up and go, hey man, I want you to meet my buddy. He's a good motherfucker. Or hey man, I want you to meet my buddy. He's a real piece of shit.
Yep.
But at least
That's
like
what I do.
At least like tell me something about the man, not just what he has or what he owns. Like I hate that shit. Bub from Aeromotive, come right over to me. I'm trying to talk to somebody. Come right over to me. Chief, hey, gets real down close. Man, I got somebody you need to meet. My buddy over here wants to meet you. And his name is Kyle Lucas. And I looked at him like, what the fuck you talking about? He goes, Lucas. And I was like fucking Star Wars, man? George Lucas? And he was like, what the fuck? No, are you retarded? And I was like,
Yes, sir, I am.
and I was like, you gonna come over here and say some dumb shit like that? I'm gonna say some dumb shit back. You dumb motherfucker, you know, and Bub fucking laughed his ass off, you know, but like that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. It just wears me out. Everybody's always like, you gotta meet this. Why don't you just say, hey man, I want you to meet my buddy Kyle. He's a real piece of shit, or he's a good motherfucker, or whatever, but like, let's meet him for who he is, not what he owns or what his parents own or whatever. But so we're over there hanging out with the high rollers, and dude, we're amongst pro mod royalty here. You know what I mean? Like you got
Like all of them.
like Brandon Pez was swinging through there, and
Clint Satterfield was there. Crazy Bob
Gardner was there.
Yeah. He's always there.
Fiscus.
Yeah, Kevin Fiscus. God dang it, Norm Grimes, like alcohol himmy badass of the world, you know, and like everybody's hanging out, and I'm just sitting here like, God dang, everybody over here's been like 850, 60 foots. You know what I mean? Like, this is the cool, man. These people race car. Well, then out of nowhere, and like I swore up and down to Jim Whiteley and Brandon Pesnam, I wouldn't tell this story because nobody would believe that we're not on drugs. But I'm standing there having a drink, or a few, and we hear this thud, and we look over, and Jim comes walking around the side of the trailer, and Kevin Fiscus is like, dude, that's a bat. And we're like, what? And sure enough, on the ground is a bat, like a vampire bat. Like a big, scary ass bat.
Like a fucking baseball bat?
No,
like a bat,
like a
fly
big,
around
scary
and
ass,
eat your blood
squeaky
bat.
bat from a cave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? It was a bat. It really was.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, Missouri is the weirds, you know?
Just bats falling out of the sky.
Well, then Jim Whiteley picks this fucking bat up with his hands because he's a bad motherfucker.
Only one hand. The other one had a Coors Light in it.
Yeah.
He bite its head off.
And he picked it up, and he's like holding it for everybody to see it. And I'm like, now it's a party. You know, now it's a motherfucking party. Well, one of the bats flew off. There was 2 bats, and they was doing it. And we just couldn't tell that there was 2 of them. So one of them flew off and starts attacking everybody. And then the one that Jim's holding starts attacking him. So he throws it up in the air. And now we got 2 bats, and you got Brandon Pez running around with this dog in his hands. And he's and the bat's trying to get tangled up in his hair, and you got
Why is that? Why would it try to get in his hair?
Because he's got a lot of it, like he's in poison or something. And then you got Big Chief rolling around on the ground like an army soldier because these bats are after us, and Jim Whiteley's laughing his damn head off. And then after it's all said and done, it gets quiet, and we're standing there, and he was like, Jim Whiteley looks at me, he goes, they were doing it. I was like, yeah, I know, you're a cock blocker, dude.
Yeah, he fucked up that dude's
Homeboy's
game.
been working on that chick bat all day.
Been
Had her on the
flying
ground
around,
right there,
chasing
and
her
you
around.
gonna cock block him like that? And he goes, I guess that's me. I guess I'm a cock blocker. And I was like, yes. So then, a few more drinks later, you got Jim Whiteley over by my trailer. Kevin Fiscus is there. Johnny Drama's there. Bob Gardner's there. Brandon Pez is there. We're flipping quarters for hundreds. And we're listening to some real derogatory 3-6 Mafia, and it was just cool as a fan. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, see, I just want to tell people, like, see who's retarded now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if we would have pulled in here like everybody else and tried to think we're something,
But
and
if
try
all
to
those
like
guys
agree
are
with
like
everybody.
that, why don't they act like that?
Right before we went there,
I
we were
wonder-
told by somebody we know pretty well that, man, you can't act like that up there.
Oh yeah, no, we were told by multiple people we can't act like
Like,
that.
they're like, no, that won't work.
Yep.
Like,
And then
okay,
next
whatever.
thing you know,
Everybody's
people
hanging
are
out with
going,
us.
people are like, well, how come Jim wants you to pit next to him? And I'm because we're a good time, and Jim's a good time. I can't hang with Jim on the beer drinking thing.
No,
I don't think there's anyone.
I heard he could put it away.
He's like old man tolerance. Like
I don't think there's anyone out there that can drink like Bud Heavy. Your dad, look, he can drink. Okay, this guy is a bottomless pit. Like he just kept going through them, and I'm like, I got to stand next to the cooler because whoever's next to the cooler is handing them to me because Jim's telling them to. Well, if I stand next to the cooler, I'll just hand them back to the cooler.
Yeah.
But dude, I was like, all right, I got to go before Jim gets me drunk. You know what I mean? But like, those people are cool, and they really are like normal people. It was pretty awesome. You know what I mean? Like we've met some really cool people in the Pro Mod deal and in the NH&RA deal in general, and we've also learned that they're real. You know, I wish that they would do it on camera, though. You know what I mean?
I can't say almost everybody I met, like, would come over there and want to, bring their mom or whatever to meet Chief and get a picture with it. Like, they're normal people.
Yeah. Billy Glidden's mom is standing in my pit, and Slick Rick the Ruler is on the radio talking about God only knows what.
Yeah.
And Billy Glidden's mom's giving me a hug and can barely hear what we're talking about.
Because the radio's so loud.
Because the radio's so loud. Yeah. I mean, those are those moments that just don't happen to normal people.
Yep.
And if we'd have been what everybody wanted us to be, we'd have been just like everybody else out there. Nobody's coming to visit them.
Well, I'm starting to wonder if it's not the NH&RA that makes those people like that. I think it might be more of their sponsors.
Well, and the
NH&RA is not over there telling you to turn that shit down. They're not over there telling you don't fucking say that you're hungover at the drivers meeting.
Man, they did
whatever it was.
I'll admit it, dude. The NH&RA has not told me what I can and cannot say. No. They have not told me to turn my radio down. They have not told me that I have to put stickers on my car. They have not told me that I can't say certain things. They haven't told me I can't drink certain things. Like,
see, so I'm wondering if it's not the NH&RA.
It's not them.
It's all those people's sponsors that they're worried about losing.
But the Pro Mod guys don't have the big sponsors. It's all them. They're doing it themselves.
Some of them do.
Almost, dude, 80% of the Pro Mod guys have their own name on the side of their car.
Well, you're not going to lose your sponsor. So.
No, I don't have any sponsors.
You're going to be okay.
So, but the thing is, like with the Pro Mod thing, the Pro Mod guys want to be a part of the NH&RA so bad that whenever they do get on camera or they do get in front of something, they want to sound just like the Top Fuel guys because that's what they think everybody wants. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to get it through their head, like, be yourself, man.
We need to be a bunch of cowboys out there living it up.
You're a Batman cockblocker, bro. That's who you are. Like, like,
damn it, Jim, you're a Batman cockblocker.
If people knew the real characters that are in Pro Mod, like Lil Troy, you know what I mean, from Troy Coughlin, like he's a character himself.
Yeah.
If they knew that between rounds he stands there in his boxers and his Jegs racing shirt and his moccasin slippers and smokes cigars, smoking a Cohiba, like that's cool, man. You know what I mean? But no one's ever gonna know that, because these dudes don't act like themselves when they get the opportunity.
Well, you would damn sure think he would.
Well, the guy that told us we can't act like that is a product of peer pressure, the way everybody else acts. Like, they all go up there like, oh, man, they said you got to act like this. I just don't see
being like that, though. I mean,
I think
the way that we are is the reason we are like that is because we don't want to be like everybody else.
I think the Pro Mod and anybody associated with it is probably going to change the way things are done. Like, it's already happening. People already acting different.
It should change. Like, why... like we're on the starting line betting money, of course.
At NH&RA national
at the U.S. Nationals.
Yes. I won a lot of money, though.
I won like $600.
I won a lot of money.
I lost all my money.
Yeah, I was betting crew chiefs from other cars.
Hell yeah. Well, we're up there betting money on the starting line like idiots at the U.S. Nationals on qualifying.
Never
on Top Fuel.
Before.
You know what I mean? And we're doing that, and the people that are standing beside us, that are enjoying it, that are betting with us or whatever, it was all cool until the Fox cameras come over there, and then they jetted. You know what I mean? And I want to be like, wait a minute. You were just doing the first cool thing you've done all year.
Yeah.
And then the cameras get here, and you're going to bail? Like, this is your time to be cool, But
hold that 20 up.
Nobody wants to be seen like that, you know what I mean?
Pick one and ride with it.
Just ride with who you are, you know what I mean? That's what it should be, but nobody wants to do that shit. So, and then I'm standing there on the starting line, and that's when I realized I'm standing there with you guys, you idiots, And we were talking about that one dude's hair and how real it must be. I mean,
It had to have been real.
I don't know who that guy is. I guarantee you,
It was the realest hair I seen.
People are gonna know who we're talking about. But
Man.
dude, it looked like he was wearing a skunk on his head.
It was real, just not real his.
Yeah, it was real expensive.
That shit. I don't see how you can look in the mirror and go, nope, that's it. This is the one.
He did. He looked in the mirror
Yep.
and said, "Nailed it."
Nailed it. You can't even tell it's not real.
I look 40 years younger.
Yep. Jesus.
So we're laughing and joking. We're having a good time. And dude, I watched those Top Fuel cars set records, track records, pass after pass.
Side by side track
Side
records
by
every
You wouldn't
side.
know it by looking at them.
None of them even cheered. Like they
They're just
turned
like-
and they looked at their buddies and they give the nod, like, "Yep, just what we thought it was gonna do."
Yep.
Man, bullshit.
We knew it'd go
Give me-
335.
Don't give me that bullshit. You went up there and rolled the dice like everybody else and got
Man,
lucky.
I told you if you'd have went a 625, I was going to belly flop on the
Oh,
start
yeah.
line.
No, we talked about that.
I was like, if he goes 625, I'm doing a backflip all the way down
this
this
the
track.
record, I'm going to act a fool.
Chase him down the track.
Well, dude, like I'm watching them do it, and then other guys will smoke the tire and they just turn and shake their head and walk off. That's all they do. No. This is a U.S. Nationals player.
Yeah.
Everybody's setting records every round. You smoke the tires, you're a dumbass. Throw your helmet.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Take that fucking earpiece and those goddamn ear muffs off of your ears and
Chunk 'em in
smack
the
somebody in the
stands.
face with them.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Smack your tire guy right in the head.
Yep.
You grab
I
that
said
clutch.
5 1/4. What?
You grab that clutch guy and you hit him with those fucking earmuffs 50 or 60
3
times.
grams, you dumbass. 3 grams.
Yeah. Set yourself aside a
You
little
know?
bit.
No, just be you, because that's what you're going to do when you get to the trailer. You know, that's what
yeah.
they do.
You know
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what they did.
Oh,
when
yeah.
They yell at
Just
everybody,
like
set
the
the clutch guy down and
Just
bitch
like the
him
pro
out.
mod guys. The pro mod guys, every pit you go to, they're talking shit about somebody. You know what I mean? That's why I like them so much, because they're like, you go to this pit and they're like, man, fuck that motherfucking nitrous fag.
Yep.
He's gonna try and hang us out. We know better.
Yeah.
We ain't going in until he goes in. Fuck them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Well, then they get on camera like, no, we love Ricky Smith. He a good
Yeah.
guy. He a
Yeah.
good guy.
Probably ain't nobody love Ricky Smith.
Yeah, and
No,
then,
that's from what I gathered. I
But
been
hey,
at one NH&RA event, and
you know what though? I'll give it. Okay, so everybody said Ricky Smith was talking shit on us and doesn't like me and thinks that we're a joke and we
Yes.
shouldn't be there and thinks
Yes.
I
called
kind
us
of get
trailer.
that feeling because
He
I've never
called us,
seen him.
He called us thuggish and trailer trash and all that. You know, we'll take.
nailed it.
True.
Nailed it. True.
We resemble that. We had a trashy trailer
Yes.
with thuggish music, and
Yes.
and
And
he
Dad.
called us a spectacle. And you know, I was like, hey, you know,
Okay.
Good
we
with
are,
that.
you know.
Yeah,
So,
here we are.
all
Put it
that
right
shit-
next to you.
all that shit that everybody's telling us, but you know, all these people are coming over to our pit and telling us, man, you hear what Ricky Smith said, blah blah blah. I'm like, man, you a snitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you snitching on that man?
But you know what? Everybody talks shit about everybody, but they all come by everybody's pit. Like you be in one guy's pit, he just talking shit about this other dude, and then you go to that guy's pit, and then he come over there with you, and hey, buddy, how'd you guys do? Oh man, that sucks. We got one of those if you need it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's like,
yeah.
bitch, you just said you wouldn't. You just said you'd fuck his own mama. Like,
Yep.
how you gonna now? You gonna loan him some shit? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Y'all on the same team?
Yeah, well, that's that fake shit. That's that woman shit. You know what I mean? Like when two chicks see each other out in public. And like, hey, girl.
Yeah,
you
remember
know,
that?
oh, man.
Remember that one
You-
meme where like the girl's
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm
"Hey,
talking
girl," they
about.
walk around like, "Fuck that skank."
Yeah, as soon as she
Yeah.
walks off, fuck you.
And then like
fucking bitch.
dudes, they're like
Yeah.
saying like, "Hey, faggot,
Yeah.
what up, queer?"
That's
And they
what-
walk around like, "Hey man, he's a
that's-
good motherfucker." You
That's
know?
the way it is. It's like they were all talking shit, but then none of them want to admit it, right? Well, Ricky Smith, that motherfucker don't like me, and he don't give a fuck. So he's the realest motherfucker so far because
We never seen him one
He didn't
time.
come by my pit to say hi, shake my hand, tell me I'm a piece of shit or I'm
I
doing
was kind
good.
of hoping he would. I kind of like the
then
guy. I mean, he's a
This
role model.
motherfucker right here. No, it was that one. Monkey. They've already told us how much Ricky Smith hates us. No, it was you, wasn't it?
I don't
Which one
remember.
of you motherfuckers put your foot on Ricky Smith's golf
That
cart
was
and
me.
leaned on it?
That was me. I was sitting on it.
He's sitting on the back of Ricky Smith's golf cart. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? He goes, oh shit, that's not even ours. I was like, no, he's in ours.
We didn't
can't
have one.
afford it. We don't have a golf cart. How could you
We
think
didn't even
we
have a golf cart.
we
I'm
didn't-
sitting on one.
Yeah, we didn't even have a golf cart. He's got his bike.
Oh, I
leaned-
thought this was ours.
Yeah, he's got his bicycle
Really?
leaned up against Ricky Smith's golf cart. And I'm like, this is the only motherfucker here that hates us more than anybody, and you're going to sit on his golf cart. Great.
He didn't say nothing
Right.
to you though, did he?
Not a
Hey,
damn word.
No, but when he come over and move that motherfucker, he looked back like, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's
Who
my
you?
golf cart, punk.
Who you?
So, but hey, he was real though. He never come by and said nothing. He was always kind of hateful. So
Yeah.
I
I
was
can
like,
respect that. If you
Hey,
don't like us,
you know what?
stay away.
Or,
I'm
or
good with
don't,
that.
or flip me off. I don't give a shit. But I'll respect you more if you're
Then
real.
come over there being two faced about
Look,
it.
I don't think you motherfuckers should be here.
Yeah.
I'd
You
be
know?
like,
I'd be
cool.
like, hey, that's fair enough.
You probably got a point.
You know?
I'd be
yeah,
like,
you're
well,
probably
yeah.
right. I feel like I shouldn't be here either.
Yet here I am, and yet here they are.
Every time I went up to the starting line with Chief, I felt like I shouldn't be there.
Well, every time I tried to go to the starting line, they wouldn't let me because we didn't have a starting line pass.
Every time I went to the start line, I went barefoot.
Yeah, you walked out of your shoes out there.
Man,
like
I had to
You almost
fucking
ran
swap
me
my
over.
fucking sandals out every time. Hashtag NH&RA.
All I could hear was,
Won't let me on the starting line with my fucking sandals on.
Oh, they afraid you gonna get everybody fungi.
I get something.
get some athlete's feet.
Yeah.
Oh, they're trying to get my shoes off the track.
Wait a
Chiefs
minute.
backing
why
up at
why
70.
can't you wear sandals to the starting line?
It's something to do with
Close
safety,
it
I'm
down.
sure.
Yeah.
Close
what?
toe shoes.
By law, sir.
It's a law.
It's a law.
And the
At the
NH&RA law.
NH&RA.
Is it
NH&RA
like a-
don't want me having fucking flip flops.
Is it like a religious thing?
Yeah,
I
that-
don't know.
They have laws.
I should have told them it's against my religion not to have them on. Look, I like flops, man. What are you
I
gonna
don't
do?
roll on Sabbath Sunday.
Yeah, you were backing up at 60, and both my shoes are off my feet, and I'm
Yeah.
running. I'm trying to get one off
Funniest
the track, and then my
fucking
other
thing
one,
ever.
and all I can hear is Shawn going, "Ha!"
I go, look!
I was like,
First NH&RA Nationals fucking
First- we were the
ever, and
first
this
pass
we're
right off the
first
trailer.
fucking pass in the pro mod class, and this motherfucker
both my
loses
shoes are
both of his
glued to the
shoes.
track. And Chief's backing up at like 800 mile an
Yeah.
hour right at me. I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh.
And we don't have walkie-talkies to like say, "Hey, don't run over him."
No, and nobody was gonna run out.
Yeah,
there
we
that
got to
far.
send text messages to communicate.
God, man, we really did well.
No,
We really did
it was
well.
cool.
What sucks is that we went a lot faster in testing, and I feel like we can go. I don't think we can go 570s or 80s, but I feel like we can make it weird for the rich guys. You know what I mean? We can go fast enough that they look at their guy and go, "What the fuck, man?
Yeah,
They just made a
Look what they
455 run within one
I
number
got
of
a
us.
$80,000 Hemi, and you know these guys are going 6.0, and I'm going 590. Like, what the fuck? You know." But
You
that's
know,
what we like to do. Really, though, that's really our whole. That's why I say winning is relative, because in our opinion, in our whole thing is everywhere we go, we just want to make it weird for everybody else.
yeah, for people to do this shit for a living.
I like that part.
Yeah, because once you do that, then it's like,
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Just like Shawn said, who was Shawn making fun of on the starting line when he was 2 foot from us, and Shawn's doing that laugh in his ear? Who was it?
I don't know.
It was one of the crew chiefs for somebody's deal. They screwed up, or they dropped something, or they fucking bumped into somebody. And Shawn's ha.
Oh, no. I
What
know
was
what
it?
That was about George.
Yeah. It was about George. Because, like, I just hired George. He's our new general manager. What do you think about him? So I go, we all went,
He
Shawn,
seems
you're
like
a
a
real
good
piece
dude.
of
I
shit.
hope he works out. And I go, ha!
Chief's trying to be all political about it. He's like, man, he's a good guy.
Yeah, well, you know, I didn't know which George he was talking about.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
Shawn
I
goes,
didn't either.
and that dude just looked right at Shawn and goes,
Yep.
I just hired him to run my whole $1 million company.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
And that's why they should have never gave them motherfuckers no money. Shouldn't have let us on the starting line.
No,
at the
we
US
shouldn't have been
Nationals.
there. And I knew it.
Man, it was a blast, though. I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
I got to take someone's child for a little while. He was like birthday boy.
I saw
He
you
was like-
sitting over there in the
Yep.
in the special
bleachers.
box with
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, I got
Special
in the
bleachers.
I got in the special bleachers. Yep, they wouldn't let me up near the starting line.
Only
with
like
the
6
kid.
people could sit up there. It's not like a full blown bleacher.
No, it's the Mellow Yellow experience or whatever, Nitro
Yeah.
experience or whatever.
Yeah,
that was
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did with some kid.
Yeah.
those stands were for like.
from the bottom of those bleachers looking up.
Yeah.
Well, we were. I was trying to get this kid to start line. He'd never been to a drag race before, and it was his birthday, and he's a big Chief fan. And so, you know, of course, I'm like, shh, let's roll. We're gonna take somebody's golf cart and we're gonna go roll around together, you know, because, dude, that's the perfect thing when you have a kid with you that's not yours, especially because people don't respect you if you got your own kid with you.
No, not at all.
Then they don't care. But if you got somebody else's kid with you, they're like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm taking this kid up there to watch it. It's his first, he's a Make-A-Wish kid. You know what I mean? Even though he
Yeah.
wasn't, like,
Man, just co-sign with me. Don't say nothing.
Yeah.
hey, and you get to go anywhere you want. I'm like, we'll get this kid to the starting line. Well, his family was like, he can't go to the starting line. You got to be like 18 to go to the starting line. And apparently you got to wear shoes.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that. But
There's
Shawn
more
says-
rules.
There is some rules.
Well, I told this kid, man, you ain't with no regular person, though. You're with me.
Yeah.
We always get to the starting line. You know how many tracks I've been to, they said I can't go to the starting line? All of them. You know how many tracks I've been to that I have not been to the starting line? None of them. I always go to the starting line. So we go to the starting line, we bet dollars. That's what we do. You're coming with me. So I tried to get up there, and man, there's 2 or 3 security guards wouldn't let me. And they were like, "Sir, you can't go up there without a pass." They're like, "Plus, man, what is he, 10?" I was like, "He's 11 today."
Yeah, it's his birthday, man.
His birthday. They didn't care. They was real security. They was real top flight, real brand new.
Yeah.
So then this one big security dude.
Yeah, the guy that looked like Predator.
Yeah, he was big.
Yeah.
He was real big. And he come over, he's like, "You got a pass?" I was like, "No, I ain't got no pass." I was like, "I'm trying to get this kid to the starting line. He ain't never seen a drag race before. So I'm trying to make a fan out of this kid." You know, I didn't want to, I was going to wait till starting on the cancer stuff, you know, because he ain't got cancer. I didn't want him telling his family that.
This piece of shit that we let our fucking son go with told everybody our son had cancer.
Real piece of shit.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to get there. Well, then that security guard was like, "You can't go in there." So I guess we'll just stand right here with everybody else. He's like, "Yeah, you can stand right here. That's fine." Well, then I'm like, you know how I get rid of this? I'm going to make a commotion right here. So I just turn around and start smiling at everybody. Next thing you know, there's like 200 people in a circle, like, "Chief, Chief, Chief." And he's like, "Man, you got to get out of here." I was like, "I know, man."
Yeah, that's what I tell you, man.
He said, "Just take him around there. Take him around there." So I took him around there, and we go through the gate, and that's where the Mellow Yellow deal was. And there was another, old security guard dude. He's like, "Hey, you can't bring him in here. He's too young." I was like, "How do you know?" He's like, "Well, you got an ID?" I was like, "No."
He's too young to have an idea.
How you know? I said, "How you know he ain't Benjamin Button?" You know?
You know, 86 years old.
Yeah.
It's a weird world we're living these days.
Yeah,
You know?
you just never know what can happen.
You never know. So
Benjamin.
I won't go start on the cancer thing, but I start with the Benjamin Button.
Hey,
Yeah.
so then I was like, "Look, man, I'm trying to get this kid to see that starting line. He cannot see it from where we're standing because of all these big people that are down here in the way."
Yeah, they're older.
And they're old. And we
Have
get,
shoes on.
and I got astigmatism, so if I
Yeah.
can't go up in the stands, I can't even see nothing, plus you can't bet money from the stands. What kind of chump bets money in the stands? You know what I mean? You can only do that at Georgia, you know? So
You can do that at Georgia.
so then his boss come over and was like, "What's the problem?" And I was like, "Man, I'm trying to get me and this kid into that Mellow Yellow experience deal right there." He goes, "We got to talk to the Mellow Yellow people. That ain't ours. That's the Mellow Yellow." And I was like, "Where the Mellow Yellow at?" He's like, "Well, I don't know. It's me neither."
Yeah.
But they ain't here, right?
That's why I asked you.
They're not standing right here, are they? So if you don't tell, I ain't going to tell. And the security guard, the boss goes, "Holy shit." He goes, "You know who this is?" He goes, "Man, what are you doing? Why didn't you tell somebody you were coming down here?" I said, "Man, I did. Them security guards wouldn't even let me. They didn't know us." And he was like, "Hell," he's like, "Yeah, I'll go for it. Who's this kid?" And I was like, "His name's Jordan, and he's 11 today, and he's never been to a drag race. He's hanging out with me, and we're going to sit up here and bet dollars." He goes, I'll put it on the announcement." He announced this kid's name and birthday and everything over the announcement, and then we got to sit in the Mellow Yellow deal the whole rest of the race. Yep. And that kid took every dollar I had.
Really?
I gave him the first $2 to bet with, and he just ruined me. And then we got back over there to dropped him off at his family, and he had all his singles in his hand. They were like, "Where'd y'all go?"
He's either going to grow up and go to strip clubs, or he's going to be a gambler, and it's all your fault.
Well, we want to hang out with a real piece of shit.
I guarantee it'd be a good time.
It'd be cool, though.
It'd be a good time. It was fun, man. That kind of stuff was great because anytime somebody would ask you for a picture, I'm like, "Man, I'm sorry, I can't. I got this kid with me here, and this cancer kid. We're going up to the
They don't
stands,
care that I was with my son.
No, if you have your own kid with you, they'll ask your own kid to take the picture.
Yep.
They're ruthless sometimes.
St. Louis, they were stealing all my tools. God dang,
Man,
dude.
there was shit coming up missing, I noticed.
Yeah, they were stealing my tools, man. Putting my tools in their pocket.
Well, yeah, they got that from fucking Chief.
They were stealing our spark plugs. I was like, look, we don't even have enough to race with.
No, we're
reusing those.
Back in.
We really were. We really were in St. Louis. We really were trying to use the spark
We
plugs.
borrowed all the spark, because you got to remember, when you're pro mod racing, nobody runs a 5820
Nobody
NGK,
runs a
because
stock Pontiac head.
those plugs only go in big block, small block Chevys, small block Fords, and Pontiacs. They don't go in Hemis. Yeah. Hemis have a whole different kind of plug. So you can't just go like, "Hey, man, can I have one of your 8,000 plugs on your drawer?" Because they don't fit our motor.
Thankfully, we had Camp Stanley and Johnny Drama stealing spark plugs from the sportsman pits for us.
Yeah, they were going over to the bracket racers, the top sportsman guys, and stealing all their plugs.
And they bring them over to us tucked in their shirt. I'm like, "Hell yeah, you the man."
He'd be like, "Don't worry about it, man. I got
Don't
it."
worry, I
Johnny
got
Drama,
you.
he's a party, isn't he?
Yeah,
Johnny
he's a
Drama's
good
a good time.
Yeah.
He's a piece
he's
of
a crazy
shit.
motherfucker.
He's a good
piece of
time.
shit, but he's a good time. I like Johnny Drama. He's wound up.
He was on to me the whole time.
He was on to you for sure.
I could tell, but I was on to him, so we was
Yeah,
the same.
he was same. and then your wives were fighting with each other on Facebook.
Yeah, I was like, what
God
the hell?
damn.
Did you
Yeah,
see
I
that?
I saw that.
Did you see that?
Well,
shit?
Joe said, I'm pretty sure that's my husband.
Yeah, she said, my husband, look, that's my husband.
Hell, my
backing
wife
up
don't
Big
even want to
Chief.
be my wife.
Yeah.
And she's over there fighting with some chick about it.
Your wife don't even
Oh,
want to.
family's over here going, oh, God.
Your wife don't even
Let's
want.
not do that.
That's not
Your wife don't even want to be your wife.
But she gonna fight
ain't
some
gonna-
other chick. She ain't gonna let no
ain't
other
gonna-
chick claim me
she
as
ain't
her
gonna let no other
wife.
chick claim your. Yeah, she ain't
God
She
damn.
ain't about to let no other chick claim your piece of shit ass.
And then she said
He's a
that.
worthless fucking piece of shit, but that's my husband.
The chick said,
They actually
she
said that.
She said, "Look how cool it is. That's my husband backing up Big Chief. I wish I was there. You know, bet you do."
Yeah.
And then Chandra gets on there and goes, "No, honey, I think that's my husband."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Well, the one in the back in the red hat, that's my husband."
Yeah.
And
Oh,
she-
no. Wait a minute, bitch.
Yeah.
That's my husband.
Wait a minute, bitch.
Yeah, who the fuck is that bitch?
Yeah, who's that bitch?
Yeah, who is
I
that
don't
bitch?
know. Who the fuck is that bitch?
No, get some money from that bitch, motherfucker.
You said LaToya Jackson, more like Freddie Jackson.
Dude, when they were fighting on Facebook over you two idiot pieces of shit,
We
I
were
was
the
like,
worst.
God damn.
And then she said something to the effect of like, well, I mean, he is a piece
No, they
of
did.
shit.
She said you
You
wouldn't want him
him.
anyway, and she goes, "Oh, trust me, you wouldn't want mine either." And she said, "No, they're all pretty much pieces of shit."
By the end of the conversation,
And
we're
I'm
friends.
like, man, y'all was just fighting over them pieces of shit.
And now you're agreeing they're pieces of shit. You don't want either one
Oh,
of them?
they eventually
Because-
said that y'all were both pieces of
Yes.
shit?
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
I didn't get that far into it.
I'm pretty
No,
sure,
I
like
just
Johnny
read-
and his wife's on the outs, and me and my wife's on the outs, and they're still gonna fight over us,
I
and then
just-
agree that we're both pieces of shit.
I
now-
saw it
hang
early on.
Well, hang on. If Johnny and his wife wasn't on the outs, they finna be because of your snitch ass motherfucker.
Dry snitching the
You
fuck out of
dry
Johnny
snitch the fuck-
Drum.
I'm pretty sure him and his wife on the outs. That's some fucked up shit to
Well,
say.
that's what he put it in. I don't know.
That's what he told all them girls.
That's what he's telling me.
Snitch. Listen, Johnny Drama, that was Chief that snitched you that time.
You dry snitching motherfucker.
Damn.
Oh fuck.
That's
well,
fucked up.
Yep. There goes one other person that don't like you.
That's all right. I didn't have any friends when I went there.
you didn't make
Yep.
any friends at Streetcar
The only friends I
Supernatural.
had rode with me there.
Yeah.
And by the time I left there, I wasn't even sure we was friends.
Yeah, you never.
But we
know.
good now. It just took a week.
You and him? You didn't ride with me nowhere.
To the track.
To what track? Oh, from Jeffers to the track. Oh yeah. No, you did ride with me for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He left
I
me.
took his ride.
He took my fucking truck and bounced. I was
Yeah,
stuck
he
with
did.
you. I didn't
forgot
have a
about that.
choice.
And
He had to go.
And then I left you at the laundromat.
Yeah, that
swung by
motherfucker
and got
did
you, though.
too. Sean's a good motherfucker.
I swung by and got you.
Came all the way
We go laundromat.
I said, "Oh, look, man, you fucked up. You don't
We-
let him fucking
check
leave
this
you, man.
out.
You go, okay, hang on, and you gather all your laundry and his laundry up, and then you fucking go with him.
Yeah.
Find another spot to do laundry if
This
he's got to
motherfucker's
go.
like, we're gonna have to do some laundry. I'm like, yeah, we need to do some
They'll
laundry.
leave you in a big fucking city. that
So we
you
go
don't
to
know.
laundromat.
Yeah, and then
And he
don't
took
and
my
he won't
fucking
text you
bike.
back. He could at least left your fucking bike
He
on the
took
curb.
my bike and never even said a word. Didn't even say, man, I ain't gonna be back for 3 or 4 hours. So
And
you
then you're
might.
stuck doing his laundry and everything.
I had
He's
to
like,
fold
oh,
it.
I'll just meet y'all out at fucking
Man, it was bad. It was all
out
bad.
of Woody Mart.
Yeah.
It's pretty lucky that
He's like, hey man, I'm gonna run and get us a hotel. I'll be right back. I was like,
Yeah.
cool man, that thing says 15 minutes.
Then he went and took a shower and took a nap and all kinds of shit.
2 hours later, I'm like, hey Sean,
If
or-
Phantom and Shawn would have been playing Pokemon Go, you'd been fucked probably because
Yeah.
we were going
Well,
to eat.
we had to stay in that area because we didn't know where we were going.
yeah, I
We
was
were
like,
waiting on you, motherfuckers.
I was like, hey guys, are y'all still around? 'Cause,
We was doing laundry.
yeah,
What-
one of y'all was.
we. This motherfucker ain't French.
Yeah, one of y'all was doing laundry,
He was
Yeah.
up in a hotel getting a shower, laying down, taking a
changing
nap.
his laundry.
I
That's
wasn't
what he was
trying.
doing.
I wasn't trying to hang out in that laundromat.
It was
bro.
weird environment.
It was.
Dude,
it was
I
a
seen a dude
Missouri.
Left the motherfuckers.
Dude, I seen a guy come in
What's he
there
gonna do? Carry all my laundry on his bike?
while you were gone. A dude come in there and slapped his wife to the ground and made her give him the keys because he was tired of waiting.
Well, hey,
He opened the washer and poured water all over the floor because he's like, I'm leaving right now. And she's like, you can't leave. The water's still washing. He just, boom, and then she said something. He went, wow, give me the keys.
Holy
He
moly!
took the fucking
yeah.
keys and bounced.
What'd you do? Hide like all
I
the
was
rest
like-
of the bitches in the laundromat?
I was like, yeah.
with all those other bitches in their phone
I was
laundry.
scared, man.
Yeah, he did one of two things. He either hid like the rest of them bitches in the laundromat, or he called the cops. Old snitch ass.
I just text Sean. I was like, can somebody come get me? They're being mean in here.
Yeah,
They're
this guy's
mean.
been here slapping people.
They're
and
mean
shit.
in the laundromat. Missouri's the weirds, dude.
You couldn't even give money to the laundry machines. I was like, what the fuck?
Missouri
We were
is
so
the weirds.
lost. You like get buy a credit card from the.
Surely there was somebody in there that you could have paid to do your laundry, right? Like a little service in there. Or
Oh,
was it
she
just a
wanted
fucking
to.
coin op or something.
No, she wanted to, but I didn't trust her with my clothes.
Or
Right.
Chiefs.
Those are the best 3 pairs of
hell
shorts
no.
I had.
You know what she'd have done with Chiefs underwear? She'd
Oh,
have wore it around on her head for a week.
man.
That's fucked up.
Oh, damn. Damn.
Don't act like you don't do it.
What's fucked up? What's fucked
Not
up
on
is
your shit. I don't even want
what's
to think
even more
about
fucked
fucking
up is we go to
your shit.
laundromat, and of course I drag my suitcase out of the truck and carry it in there, and Chief walks in with nothing. I'm like, how you gonna wash clothes? You ain't got no clothes. He's like, I just want to scope it out. Makes it kind of place. I might wash my clothes there. So he goes in, scopes it out. He feels comfortable enough to wash
To
the clothes.
leave you there.
And then he comes in with an armful. Like, this motherfucker can afford a suitcase. And I'm sure he's got 9 of them. But this motherfucker don't have one. He's carrying his fucking clothes like this. And he's just like,
Dropping socks and shit.
throw the fucking socks falling out. And then when we leave, I'm like, great. Now what do I do? I ain't carrying his fucking clothes like this.
No.
So I had to get a fucking trash bag and put all his clothes in the trash bag. And then that's his new suitcase. Every hotel we went to, he's like,
Hey, man, I think hey, it was handy as
It
a
works out to have something to
motherfucker.
put your clothes in.
That
don't it?
trash bag was handy as a
he walked
motherfucker.
around with a fucking hefty sack.
I look real
Here comes
good.
Big Chief from Street Outlaws with his fucking whole life in a hefty sack. It's all my best shit. He's
Yeah.
got his tuning backpack and a hefty
Yeah, I
sack.
got a tuning backpack, 14 pairs of Dickie shorts, and a bunch of long socks. And the shirts I'll get when we get there.
Yeah, we damn sure do that.
It was a good time, though.
It was a great time.
It was a great time.
I'm ready to do radio racing. Them guys are more
That's
on our
the
level.
thing, right?
That's what I'm ready for.
Eastern swing for us now. We're
That's
going
gonna be another
to
long
Darlington, South California, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
South.
So it's
I was
not
like-
close to South Carolina.
I was like,
South
what the fuck? I didn't know he was going to California.
You know me, like I tell you every time we leave, you say where we going. I don't fucking know, but when we get there, we'll figure it out.
Yep.
When we coming home, shit, when this bitch runs good.
Yep.
Yeah, because starting next weekend, it's going to be 3 weeks. I mean, if you got people you like, you might as well just write them a letter. Because for the next 3 weeks, we're gone.
Yeah, we're going to Darlington, Carolina.
It's going to be a long Tuesday.
Oh, it's right
I just got a text message.
Right next-
Hayden got in trouble. His teacher wrote a note. It says he disrupted the class by calling out in the middle of a lesson in an attempt to be funny.
Who would he call out?
I don't know.
They say something really
Well, I
funny.
want to
That's
know.
all. That's all the
Call
note
out?
says.
Well, wait a minute. Is he in trouble for attempting to be funny or because he
Or
was
was
funny?
he funny?
I want to know. Was he
I
funny?
know. I need to know what he said.
I want to know what he said.
And did he?
He-
out-
did he go?
That's it.
Did he
That's
go?
all it
Ha!
is. Yeah. That's
Was he outing the kid?
This is the note from his teacher. They're fucking serious up there, huh?
Oh, Harold Snitch ass wrote a note.
Yep.
Strike
Wrote a
2. It
fucking
says
note.
strike 2.
Hey, if you get 3 strikes,
Oh, I know what happens. You get 3 strikes.
You got to have
You're
detention.
done. Or you're out.
Or your detention.
I've been in the fellowship.
Yeah, I know.
I had
I know
my
what
third
3 strikes
strike.
you. I got a couple strikes. My old man, he had 3 strikes. It put him away for a long time.
Yeah.
So Darlington Dragway, it ain't even in Darlington.
Is it close
where-
to Darlington?
Where the hell is it?
It's in South Carolina.
It's in Hartsville, South Carolina.
So it's kind of towards Georgia anyway.
I don't know,
It's over that way.
but we'll be there October 1st. This is the one oh yeah, I'm not supposed to say that part. I'm racing in the class with 315s tires, radials, drag radials. Sean's racing in 275 drag radials.
275.
We're gonna have autograph sessions and merchandise for sale. Then I ain't even coming home. I mean, what the fuck's the point of
There's
coming
really
home?
no point.
No,
Because then we're going straight to Georgia for No Mercy 7.
well, 'cause
South
we're gonna,
Georgia Motorsports
we're gonna
Park.
end Darlington Saturday night.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down there and smack
Tu-
the fucking
Tuesday
fro
testing?
mod smooth out of his fucking feet.
Fuck yeah.
I can't
I'm gonna
wait.
find that motherfucker. I'm gonna find the fro mod. This dude they call the fro mod, making fun of me. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna smack the gold out of his mouth.
Man, when we said you going to NH&RA, he goes, man, I ain't got no points.
He
We're
said,
well,
"Brother ain't got no points."
he said, Crowmod's going to NH&RA. He goes, Crowmod got 2 points for being white. I lost
Yeah,
it.
old racist ass fro mod. I'm gonna fuck him up with that raggedy piece of shit they put on that fucking video.
Surely
God
that's.
damn.
It's got drag lights on it.
Yeah.
Him and Andrade Senior, only one still rocking drag lights.
Henson was rocking Warriors up until about 2 weeks ago.
That's true. He was. God damn it.
The Warriors were rough.
South Georgia Motorsports Park, October 6th through the 9th. Crow Mod, Big Chief driving, Radio versus the World, $60,000 to win.
Jeez. You know what we could do at 60,000?
Lots of parties.
We could have like 7 or 8 455s in the trailer.
Yep. Just extras ready.
Just stacked up. We'd even be able to afford a shelf.
We could get a golf cart too.
With 60 grand, we could buy our whole rig times
Yeah,
two.
that was the real shitty part. When we were in St. Louis testing, we literally brought in a volunteer from the stands like we're a fucking magician at a magic show, and let them bring their golf cart and tow us around with it.
I bet they're happy as fuck.
They were cool.
Well, they felt bad whenever I rode my damn Huffy down there, and I was going
He
to
come down to get me on a bicycle.
I was going to try to pull him. I had low gear.
Hey, he had low gear and he was full of it. I promise.
I had energy.
He was on a different level.
He was racing.
Yeah.
I would have pulled him back too.
He just took a case of water to get him there, but
Core temperature problems.
he said, "Why is it so hot?"
It was so hot. And we were like, let's get a case of water. First day, drank a case of water in 3 hours. And then, like, it was down to, like, the last 2 waters. He's over there, like, grabs both of them. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
He was on to me.
Drinking the fucking cooler
I knew
water.
there was 2 left, and he had them both in his hand. I was like,
You don't need one of them.
Sean's going to be in the Murder Nova in the Pro 275 class. Going rounds.
Well,
Hey,
we'll
call
see.
him out.
We'll see. Who?
Call him out.
He ain't going to
You
be
know
there.
who.
Barry Mitchell.
He ain't gonna
Barry
be there?
Mitchell's going to be in your class.
Why?
He got a pro mod. He got a Tim McCamus built pro mod.
Tim McCain is a funny motherfucker.
Tim McCamus is a
He
bad
is.
motherfucker.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
wait, Barry Mitchell's not going to run in all the classes?
He's not going to enter 4 classes.
What is he going
this
to be
time?
bored? What's he going to
he's
do?
gonna be
What's
real
he
bored.
going to do in one class?
He's going to be over there playing solitaire.
He's the only guy I
I
ever
don't
met
know,
in my
that
life where I
sucks
knocked his
because I
car
really
in 2
like
classes
running.
back to back.
Yeah, back-to-back classes at that.
Yeah, like it was like bam, bam. He just make a lap, drive right back to the pits, like
To
we're in the
to
lanes,
staging lanes, yeah.
Yeah.
I synced it.
and then won both
yeah,
of them.
he did really well.
Yes.
I think he enjoyed. I think he won both of them.
He
did.
won 2 classes.
Yeah,
he
he
won
didn't
the
win
majority.
Radio versus the World, but he won
No.
2 classes. He was in 3 classes.
He was in what I don't know what they're called.
I
Two
don't know.
two different 275 classes.
If it ain't Radio versus the World,
He was in Outlaw Radial and he was in
whatever.
Pro 275.
That's what it was. Outlaw Radio and Pro 275.
all the second
I could have
place
been in
stuff.
both of those too, but I thought, God damn. Fucking try to do what I can in one class.
Not Barry Mitchell.
And they've changed the rules up a little bit to where I don't think they synced it coming because I don't think they were really aware that there's not. I mean, I guess in theory, who the fuck would put a small block with a stock bore space and a cast block and a
Nobody.
cast head
Nobody,
with
sir.
a set of true 88s in a pro mod?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody would do that.
Well,
Except for
one idiot did it,
One
and that's
idiot.
me. And so I'm taking advantage of all the rules. So I ain't gonna eat for a while, but if we can get that car down to as light as the rules say we can, we're gonna make it real weird for the rich guys.
It's gonna be awkward.
Because we went 403 with a 3, 403 with a 1 in Memphis last year,
At 27.
or in Memphis this year. Hell, just a few months ago,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, like eight months ago,
At
7 months ago.
2700.
It was
Right.
in March, right? Or May? March?
May.
May.
Memphis, we were supposed to be 2600, but we
It
were
was in
overweight.
fucking May?
No, it was cold.
It was cool out.
It was at.
It was February.
I was gonna say it was February or March.
Yeah, it wasn't Armageddon. No, it was April.
We were in Memphis.
Memphis in April, right? Because Georgia was February.
Yeah, and it was like a month later where we went.
Yeah. And then we didn't have much time before after that we switched
It was
it to
for
slicks.
sure March. I remember. It
Okay.
was March.
Well,
March or April, yeah.
yeah. So, hell, we went 403s then, and the motor's eating itself apart. You know what I mean? So now
it's for sure making more
we're
power.
we're a little bit happier with the motor now. We're making a little more power now. You know, I think we bust off in the 3s, make it real weird on them.
Mess around, let a 455 run a 3.
I need to bust off in the teens. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Put the big turbos on it.
What big
Oh, yeah, they
turbos?
won't let you run them in that class, will they? Yeah, they will.
I got fucking 88s on it.
You can't run 95s in that
No,
class? Yeah,
I don't
you
think
can.
so. I think
Pro
88.
275 you can, limited you can't. Pro 275 you can run 94s,
No,
man.
I don't have 94s.
Oh.
I should get some fucking 94s.
Or we'll just turn the boost up on yours.
Man, every time you do it, only makes so much, right? I mean, you're what, 48?
Yeah, no, it won't make any more. It doesn't matter even if we turn it up.
Really?
It's done.
It won't
It's
make any
out.
more than 48 pounds?
40 fucking, made 45 was the most it ever saw in Memphis.
That's
It
all
saw
it'll make?
48 in Denton one time, but I think that was a fluke deal. And it only sees it at the very fucking end. If we could make that thing make boost sooner and make all of it sooner, I don't know, man. I'm going to need your help a little bit. Car can go faster. There's no doubt about it. But I'm probably out of talent on that deal.
Driving it or what?
No, I can drive. No, I still got talent to fucking spare in that department. I'm talking about the tuning department.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I run out of talent on the tuning department.
It happens. I run out of talent all the time.
Yeah.
Nah, but you bring it.
Yep.
What?
He brings in
bring
that
the
little
talent.
bag he's got.
You got a bag full
That
of
little bag fucking he carries everywhere with him, his little bag. He brings talent amongst other things in that bag.
Hey, y'all want some talent? Open that bag up. Grab you some.
Anybody need some talent?
Don't take too much of that talent.
You'll get all fucking weird if you take too much of that talent.
Oh, hell.
I feel like the car can go fucking teens, but I don't know how to make it go teens.
Okay.
I feel like somebody smarter than I could though.
We
All right.
have a plan. We learned a trick.
Okay. Well, let's go testing.
I can't. I have to big tire.
So when am I supposed to help? At Georgia?
No, the weekend before.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
In Darlington?
That's when I'll be.
Yeah, in
That's when I'll
Darlington.
be testing myself.
Yeah, in Darlington.
All right.
I can pretty much do everything. I'm gonna probably need you to go over a little bit of data and maybe try some stuff.
Yeah, I like trying.
You know
shit.
we like
you
to
know
try
that.
stuff.
You don't like to. I do.
Well, together we like to try stuff.
Ew.
Oh.
Yeah, we do.
Whenever you make me try things.
Yeah. Well, I like.
I
I don't think
eventually
he's
Yeah.
making you try anything.
I eventually like trying new things when he makes me.
Yeah, he just doesn't
I
like
like
the
to
first
stick with
time.
what I know
Yeah, he does.
until
and you know.
and you know.
I know.
Yeah, but how you know?
Because I know.
See, now
All
y'all
right.
making it weird for the poor guys.
Here we go. We're gonna make it weird for McDougal.
Get me all blushing.
All right, I'm gonna go back here and work on the Chromad.
Yeah.
I ain't going
No,
home.
we ain't going home.
We gotta film.
today,
Oh
sir.
shit, we gotta film. They're
No,
gonna be here in 5
know.
minutes.
No, in 5 minutes? Yeah,
No?
I'm gonna leave for a little bit.
Oh, okay, good. Let me
least-
tell them. Let
at
me
least
tell them
30
they better
minutes.
not come. All right, cool. We're out, y'all. See you next
We'll
Tuesday.
see y'all next Tuesday, guys.
McDougal, say bye, motherfucker.
See y'all.
That was your bye. Oh wait, we didn't get no Sean Connery from you, bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Sean
We'll
Connery.
we'll have to do that
Say
next
something.
time.
No, say
We'll have to
something.
do that next
Say
time.
something. You old funny stunting ass. Come on, Sean Connery.
I
Give me
don't know
something.
how to fucking do Sean Connery.
Yes, you do.
I'm not good with fucking what?
Hang on, I'll help you.
I'm not
pull,
good
pull,
with
up
fucking,
pull up a YouTube video.
Sean Connery famous quotes.
He says something about fucking. He don't think people should hit women, or he doesn't. He thinks that it's okay to hit women, just don't hit them like a man.
Really? Sean Connery slapping a woman.
Oh, there you go.
An interview in which you said, it's not the worst thing to slap a woman now and then. As I remember, you said you don't do it with a clenched fist. It's better to do it with an open hand. Yeah, remember that?
He goes,
Yeah.
And
I didn't love that.
I haven't changed my opinion.
You
I
haven't.
haven't changed my opinion.
Not at all.
You think it's good to slap a woman?
No, I don't think it's good.
You don't think it's bad?
I don't think it's good.
I don't think it's that bad. I
don't think
it
it's that
depends
bad.
entirely on the circumstances and if it merits it. Yeah.
Or what would merit it?
Wow.
Well,
Sean
if
Connery's
you
cool with slapping
supply
bitches?
everything
Yeah,
else,
he's cool with it.
And women are pretty
Why
good
you
at
gotta
this.
slap her?
They can't leave it alone.
They can't leave it alone.
That's weird. I didn't know that. Okay. Sean Connery's pimping on people, huh? All right. Well, there you go.
There you go.
You got a little bit of Sean Connery out of Sean. Next week, we'll get some more Sean Connery.
Yeah, I'll brush up on it.
Yeah,
I'll brush
you-
up.
you
I'm
should
not
practice.
I'm not the good guy with the voices.
All right, then. Holla.
All right,
See you
all
next
right,
Tuesday.
See
Every
y'all.
Tuesday. Guaranteed.
Some of the Tuesdays.
Set your clock or your calendar
a few
for
of the,
Tuesdays.
Set your clock.
a few of the Tuesdays.
See it. Don't rape each other.